me, and there's gotta be a reason that you're looking at me. I wish it wasn't in my nature, but I've got needs. I wish I liked another flavor, but when you're cool, you know I can't resist. I knew it was a proper mission, but you stir my blood. I knew there's gotta be a mission, but I got needs. I knew you was a fucking mission, and grab my hand and pull me. I knew you was a fucking mission, and you never say please. I knew you was a fucking mission, but nothing left free. I knew you was a mission. I knew that you were me. I knew you was a fucking mission, and you changed my destiny. I knew you was a fucking mission, and I knew it gonna hurt me. I love it. I'm not a man to but tell me what you need. I'm so eager to please, and I know you like to tease. I get down on my knees. She said, don't look at me. And if you seen what I've seen, you will believe. I know it's all my fault. I got no one else to blame, and I climb a mountain to find it just a tragedy. And every time I'm with you, I feel worth 99 feet. I don't believe in love, but I like it when it hurts. I knew you was a proper mission, man. I knew you was a fucking proper mission. I knew you was a fucking mission, but nothing left free. I knew you was a mission. I knew that you were me. Take yourself to me. Take yourself to me. I knew you was a mission, a proper fucking mission. I love it.
Oh baby, guess who's back? That's right, me. That's right. Dude, I've realized that my job actually is like crazy for streaming as like a profession, because I just don't have a normal schedule. I just don't. Like, I was supposed to be on 16 hours this week, and I count my hours, and I got 25. And even then I think I missed some, but you know, we move. It's just that that's like, you know, the most exciting thing happening in my life. So yeah, so I gotta share that, you know. Dude. All right, guys. So I went for a run today. I'm a running guy now. Dude, I need a vacation, on God. I know I keep saying that on stream, and I keep saying it's gonna come one day, but I don't know when it's gonna come, and I don't know, man. I'm losing it. I'm not okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. ADHD schedules are anathema. Dude, I'm like a billion times more productive now. That's the thing. right? Like I'm a billion times more productive now because of the medication. But then as a result of that, I'm like, well, guess I got to make the most of this. You know, it's just there's a lot. I gotta work on it. I'm working on it. I'm running now. I run regularly. All right. That was a thing I've picked up. You know, I'm like, it's nice. I'm not gonna use the Peloton. So I paused like the membership because that's just expensive. It's like a winter thing, you know, it's a winter thing. Um, and so I was like, damn, I don't know what the difference is, but boy, does it feel better to be outside and running. Them gurus were right, dude. Touching grass is good for you. That's the crazy part. But it's great. It's really great. I love having to you know what I do, guys? And this bothers me every time. Are you training to run away from us? I mean, honestly, I just want to be able to see my abs, but you can't outrun us. We will find you. uh, I went through this like I go through the okay, I need to talk about this. I go through the 7 stages of grief every time I sit in my car and drive my car to the place where I run. Because if I try to run in my neighborhood, I'm like the brownest guy in my neighborhood. So I'm afraid that I will get shot. So I drive to a trail and I run the trail. But every time I do it, it is not beyond me to realize that I'm wasting exorbitantly more money to go to a place to run. When the idea of safety is as far away between the two as is the distance in driving, you know? Probably the air. Indoor air can make you stir crazy. That's true. I do always feel worse when I'm inside all day. But I get annoyed because I go and I sit behind a wheel and it's like a 20-minute drive and I go, God, we should go back in time and kill the president who invented the internet interstate highway system. That's a joke. You know. What kind of neighborhood is that, Diesel? A nice white neighborhood. That's why. A nice white neighborhood that wants to maintain its traditional values. So I drive to the trail and I run the trail. And it's always nice, you know. Can't run into burbs if you're not white, noted. It's not that I can't do it, right? It's that and this is real, right? So my father, happy Father's Day. Here's a Father's Day story for you, right? My father when so here's how I became a gamer. They didn't let me play outside because there was a and this is a big thing that happened at the time. So back in the 90s, there was this like, you know how we had the clown scare back in 2016? So there was one of those like psychological false scares that happened in the 90s, where people thought that children were being kidnapped off the street by windowless white vans. And they were worried about that, so they're like, you can't go outside. Right? And so then that's how I ended up playing video games, because they would be like, you can't play outside. If you play outside, you'll die. Mind you, I was 3, so this was like not appropriate for a 3-year-old whatsoever. This is not how you raise a child. This is bad. I'm sure we could all swap stories about our absentee awful fathers, chat. But that story that happened, right? And it turned out that the psychosis was much deeper than just the white vans, right? There's like this weird, and I know it's not just one this is many parents. This is a generational thing, right? So I think this is a lot of people. But there are people who came from bad working class neighborhoods that broke from that and moved to the suburbs, who either maintained the feeling that they were like those dangerous the hood, right? And so they have a almost like a compulsion for security and the fear or possibility of theft or robbery or some other heinous felonious action, or they're of the boomer variety that thinks that like your neighbors are spying on you, right? Like this was always like a weird one. Like I don't even listen to this now because it's like a stupid rule, but it's like you can't leave your blinds open because somebody walking down the street will take out a pair of binoculars and look through them to see you and be a voyeur, right? This is a hypothetical that was proposed to me at like 10 years old. I shit you not. And I always thought that's fucking stupid. And now and they're like, you'll grow out of it, you'll understand. And I'm 28. That's wrong. That's just stupid. If you think your neighbors give a shit what you're doing in your home, okay? You're the neighbor who spies on your neighbors. All right? Because I don't walk through my life walking through my wonderful walkable neighborhood where my store is and stare into the windows of the people who live above the street. Okay, I don't do that. I don't do that. Why would I do that? I don't give a shit what you're doing. I got my stuff going on. But you're worried that random voyeurs are going to look through. They would have to use a pair of binoculars. Just saying, anyone who says that is the person with the binoculars. That's exactly. My mom told me that. Is this I feel like this is a generational thing. I gotta ask KJ about this because we sometimes commiserate about the boomers. and I feel like I would have a very enlightening conversation with him about it. That would feed my paranoia much more. Exactly. Which is why I drive to the trail, right? Which is why I drive to the trail. I wouldn't do it. It would save me money. I don't give a shit if we decided to give Iran the Strait of Hormuz. All right, gas is still over $4, Buster. Okay, I'm spending $12.50 to go run. Running is free. I got legs when I was born. It's a generational thing. My mom is a boomer. Dude, I cannot, dude. The boomers, dude. I always find a new thing to complain about. It's like one day I'm complaining about junk fees on ISPs. The other day, car-based infrastructure. The next day, third spaces. The day after that, what would you even call it? It needs like a fun, flashy name, like boomer neighbor paranoia or something. It needs like a better, like zippier name, you know? It needs something there, you know? Suburban voyeur paranoia. Yeah, there we go. Suburban voyeur paranoia is imaginary. God. Neighbor surveillance. Boomer psychosis. Yeah, I guess this is like a symptom of boomer psychosis, right? So you drive to another neighborhood in order to run because white people are nosy. No, it's two things, right? Part of me does think, because as I'm like driving, they've taken it down though, right? They've taken it down. As I'm like driving to my house, right? I pass by the houses and there's some big signs, like a big sign. It's like, we speak American here, right? In one of the like front lawns of a house, right? Or like I'm so like guess who's right again, and it's like Trump with 2 thumbs up or something like that, right? And so I just don't want to accidentally become a statistic because I think that I'm not white passing enough. It's called McCarthyism. Disturbia syndrome, that's also a good one. Yeah, it's caused by the land. Right? So like there's these signs, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just be like, careful just in case, right? It's really not that much of a skin off my back, It's not that much of a big deal. I just don't want to have to drive, right? Because I would much prefer to do it for free. But if it does cost me like, a fucking gallon of gas, whatever, I'll take that. I'll take that L, and I'll go for the run, because the run is more important than the $4 I would save, right? And at least that way I know I'm safe, because it's like a well-maintained place and yada yada yada, and I park in a place where there are people around, so I don't need to be like, I'm gonna die, right? And I only run during the day, you know. Granted, I can't run on that trail at night. I would just die. I would literally actually just die because it would be that dark. Wasn't there a guy in Florida who got shot running in the wrong type of neighborhood? Dude, you just get shot anywhere, dude. I'm sorry, but this. Unfortunately, we've made a lot of places a PvP zone for no fucking reason. All right. I just don't want to be on the receiving end. Okay. A brother got to stay strapped, but I ain't got none of that around. Okay. It's day 2 of me building the Armageddon box. I'm so excited to get this shit done. Dude, I have a bunch in my store. I sold a couple, and I cannot believe there's that much in it. There's a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of stuff. It's kind of cool, but I can't do it. I can't do it. It's too much. I don't finish anything. Yeah, anyway, I drove to go run today, all right? Yeah. Guy drives to the gym to exercise. Oh. You criticize society, yet you live in it. Oh, medieval peasant in front of well picture. You know the one. Night runs are terrifying. Went on one once. I hated it because we walked past this guy walking in complete darkness, no torch, no nothing. Was he just on a walk, or was he like going through it? Like, what's the over under on that? I always you gotta be careful, right? Not because you'll okay, I'm talking from the perspective of the guy now. I'm the guy in this equation, right? You got to be careful as a guy going out for a night run, right? Because unless you signal that you are absolutely not a threat, you could like wrongfully end up on twitter.com as the main character of the week against your will, because you looked a little intimidating while hitting your strides. And then you have to live with the earth-shattering embarrassment that a stranger across the street crossed the street because they thought you were a criminal. You gotta run a little gaily in order to not get them to go to the other side of the street. Sometimes I walk to work in the dark, and one time a guy on a bike followed me to work. Did he follow you to work, or was he walking in the same direction as your work? You gotta wear pink booty shorts. I'm good. Diesel running at night. I'm gay. I love men. I'm gay. My husband is begging of crabs. He followed me down an alleyway. Okay, that guy was suspicious. That guy was up to no good for sure. Exactly. No. Listen, the danger for running as a man is thus, okay? is that some other lady could be running at the same time as you. And unless you look really, really attractive and non-threatening at the same time, she's going to be thinking, all right, I got to make sure that I can outrun this guy. Otherwise, he's going to kill me. All right, I probably have to get onto the other side of the road. I'm going to get on the other side of the road preemptively so that way I have a head start. And then what happens? What happens if you're able to read minds? Well, then you're going to feel like shit because you're just like, I'm just a guy on a run. And I've been wrongfully assumed to be a murderous man of the night, you know? I don't always think that while I'm running. I'm like, do people perceive me as chasing after them? Because I'm not doing that. I'm obviously just minding my own business, right? But I always think about that possible scenario that like I'm running at pace and somebody else is running a little further up the trail at pace ahead of me, but at a pace that I can't pass them, right? And so like at what point do they think I'm running at pace and there's just a guy behind me to I'm running, that guy is chasing me? What is the difference? At what level does it like change, right? Because if I'm behind someone at like a pace like that, I will usually speed up momentarily so that way I do pass them. And then what if they're actually the villain who will murder me? These are real things. These are real things. To be clear, I don't give a shit if you're a 110-pound woman. You could probably still murder me very easily, okay? It would be I don't think it would be that hard to murder most people. I'm just as worried. I'm not even gonna lie. You gotta wear a gay pride flag in between your cheeks. But that doesn't mean anything, too. That doesn't mean anything. You know, we're just assuming that gay men don't murder. Gay men murder. You know, gay men murder anybody. They can murder anybody. They can murder women. You know, who's to say that they don't? Also, Diesel, it'd be pretty easy to murder. What are you guys thinking that you're gonna be able? How many bears can you people take in a fight? Okay. So, fun fact: voyeurism apparently affects men and women in nearly identical numbers from what I'm seeing on the data. Oh well. Why? Okay. See. I feel like bringing out the statistics of who murders more who is a little kind of homophobic. Do you guys? I think it's a little homophobic. Okay, I'll say it. I'll say what you're all too afraid to say. You know, we shouldn't be allowing our sexual identity to dictate who can be the murderers. All right. Gay men are just as capable of murdering women as straight men. Oh my god. Humans can murder. Who would have thought? Damn. The lesson here is be paranoid of everyone, including a gay neighbor. I think that is probably not the lesson to take from this, you know? But they don't feel the need to do it. While it's saying straight men will. Excuse me. When did you start reading minds? How do you know what dark, twisted fantasies are going on in the minds of others? You don't. Okay? I've seen what makes you people cheer. You're no fucking saints. All right? All right. Should I be offended as a or agree as a gay man? I'm confused. I'm saying that you can do it. I'm saying that you have the power. Okay. So the reason that gay men murder women less is because most female murders are domestic violence. It's access bias. Gay men murder women less because they're around women less most likely. Okay. So given all things being equal, you know, the possibility is still there, you know. It's just who you associate with determines who you murder. That's the thing, you know? That's the thing. I'm more likely to be murdered by a guy running that I know than a complete stranger, you know? Because you're more likely to be murdered and or kidnapped by someone you know. So hypothetically speaking, I gotta not run cooperatively. I gotta do it alone because that'll lower my chances of being murdered and or kidnapped because they would know me. So it would be, they would have easier access to murder me, you know? That is what I'm taking away here. Oh shit. I've had 2 family members murdered in separate instances. They were murdered by people they knew. You know what's a really dangerous thing then? Running as a team at night. Think about all those possible people that could murder you. Yeah, did you see the guy without legs and arms who shot another man and drove away with the body? Dude, it's possible, dude. That's, you know what that shows me? You're capable of anything. Your disability does not mean you're less capable than anybody else. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If your dream is something that isn't a felony, you should pursue it. That guy's dream was not a good dream, though. But he didn't let anything stop him, you know? He never got up in the morning and said, I can't do it. He got up in the morning and he killed that guy in cold blood. God. What a fucking stupid what a stupid aside. Did you just get inspired by first degree murder? Listen, the murder's not the inspiring part. The inspiring part is the movement to action. Okay, that's the lesson to take away there. You should be taking away positive lessons from all these negative activities. You know? It's not don't get up and try. It's get up and try, you know? Well, that's that was quite the 30-minute diatribe, I must say. A gamer from Mars made a Tipster Lolcow documentary, and the commentary community is covering up. They don't want you to know. I mean, I did know. I did. Didn't you post it in the server? I don't care right now. I don't care anyway on most days of the week. Let's be real. I feel like the unemployment ratio to I care about like drama and or snark is pretty high. You know, it's kind of crazy. I'm sure you're all employed though, right? Is what I'm saying here. You know, you guys are different. All right. So let me get on to the topic because we've been so not on topic. Okay. We are talking. It's Sunday. It's the Lord's Day. Is that what it is? It's you can work on a Sunday. We're not doing this. I'm not being rage baited. Like, you can work on a Sunday. God damn. I didn't know that we were so devout over here. All right. Wait, we're all working at the Chick-fil-A. Anyway, I wanted to talk about this Colleen Ballinger stuff, not because I care, but because Cosmic put together a bunch of videos. I wasn't even aware it's Sunday. Did you know it's also Father's Day? It's also a holiday. So there's that. Sorry. There's more. There's already so much here. All right. There's a very good chance that I am going to play these videos while also playing Balatro at the same time. So let's be ready for that possibility. Okay. Let us be ready for that possibility. Anyway, let's get some preamble out of the way because some people had some questions about what this technically is. So I'll answer them. So first of all, we all know who Colleen Ballinger is. Toxic Gossip Train, did a bunch of weird shit, a bunch of gross ass comedy skits, was weird with people who were minors, fucking sus ass woman, unbelievably sus. The entire repercussion that she got for all that, by the way, including some of the despicable things she said to Adam McIntyre, who is a character in this now. Adam McIntyre was a minor at the time, and she was sharing things that she definitely should not have been. Really deplorable shit. Anyway, this all culminates in Colleen Ballinger doing Toxic Gossip Train. That's where the white woman sings with the ukulele. It is the worst apology of all time. Okay. While that was happening, there's also a little bit of a side tangent. There's a character named Josh, and the Josh in this equation is the ex-husband of Colleen Ballinger. More importantly than that, Josh is a little bit of a clout goblin. So first of all, they got divorced. The divorce was known. It was public. It was talked about in the community. That's the thing that happened. When Colleen Ballinger was in the hot seat, Josh made comments that were basically just sweeping for Colleen, even though it would be very possible that he did know these things. Now, he might have actually known it. I'm truncating a lot of this information so that way you understand, right? He was also involved in some of the shit Colleen did. Yeah. But so anyway, the point of the matter is that all of that happens. And where Josh is important for this story is that at the end of that, once Colleen is getting her comeuppance, Josh is basically trying to use the drama to try and restart his YouTube career to go from husband and hanger-on of Colleen Ballinger to his own creator. Think Ned Fulmer when he fell out with the Try Guys, right? So that's that. Josh has since then been basically like a spiteful hanger-on in the plot line of Colleen Ballinger. Okay. But yes. Oh my God, is that why he did that interview with Swoop? So you gotta understand, anytime if you do like quote unquote news stuff, and literally anybody wants to interview, you have to assume that they at least have an angle for why they're doing it, right? So like the surface level reason that somebody might want to do an interview with you is that they want to get their story out. But there might be second order things where they're like, if I get my story out and I word it correctly, it's going to make this other person look bad. Or if I get the story out and I word it correctly, this might help my career, or any such other similar thing. That's very, like, not... You should know about that if you do these things, right? Anyway. With that, there's an in-production kind of documentary that is going to be like Quiet on Set. Quiet on Set was the Nickelodeon documentary about Dan Schneider and all of the awful things that went on with that guy and iCarly and Victorious and yada, yada, yada. Anyway, now we're going downstream to go do one on Colleen Ballinger, who quite personally, I don't think is really like, dare I say it, even the largest YouTuber is still more irrelevant than the most like washed celebrity. Colleen Ballinger especially, I feel like she's left the cultural zeitgeist in such an extreme way. Like Miss Rachel's the character now, right? Who's like one that's kind of transcended into like reality as a children's media celebrity. But like long term, I don't know how long Miss Rachel's gonna be around, you know, like the big comfy couch or any of the other ones, you know. Um I don't know. Maybe there's a few that have transcended that, like Speed or Mr. Beast. But I think the number of YouTubers who are like celebrities, who are worthy of a documentary, is very slim. A YouTube video, sure, but anything beyond that, I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm a little phlegmy. It's allergies, you know. As someone who watches Adam, he says he doesn't think she deserves a documentary because, frankly, she's irrelevant. And what else do people want for Colleen? Yeah, no, that's true. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I mean, that's basically what I'm saying in more words than that. Something I repeat and have said on other streams. Who or where is it going to be? Yeah, that's the real question. Something I've repeated on other streams. So I saw like Rachel Oates did a video. Damn, when did I become... Sorry, Xylee, that's what happens when you don't stream. I guess I'm just going to cover your topics. He got shit for saying that, by the way. No, he's right. He's right. I'm not surprised his audience might have had a problem with that. And I'll go over why I think that in a second. But if you truly want to kill some evil person's career, the way to do it is not by constantly making videos about them. I know that seems like the direct antithesis of doing that, but ultimately a lot of the internet care not from where the cloudeth flow or whatever, right? I don't know, butchering that one, but yeah, they want to make her a piñata forever. So the thing is that people who do that or want that are looking to have like something easy to have like a crusade against in their life that they could feel morally righteous about. The reality is that it's not worth it. It just isn't. It's never worth it, really. It just isn't. But to add on to that is like, if you want Onision to die, and quite honestly, I feel like Onision topics died for a very long time. I think they've come back. And I think that's because of TikTok. But Onision died. His career washed. Documentary, flop. Nobody gave a shit about him. And YouTube actively suppressed videos about him. So there was no monetary incentive. There was no cloud incentive. There was truly no incentive, right? None of those second order incentives to make a video. It might feel righteous to make a video on Onision, and you might feel good about it, but the money and the cloud capital that came from that plays a huge factor. And to say that it doesn't, you're a fucking liar, because we all do YouTube for ultimately the same reason, or we'd be doing something more important. But really, the way to kill them is that if a video comes out and they have drama and then everybody moves on and nobody gives a fuck about them forever and nobody talks about them, then yeah, then they truly die. But if you talk about them and you constantly do it and you're constantly dredging up the dead horse and beating it, yeah, you're kind of giving them an in. Onision's husband also has a new podcast, which is talking about Onision back. Look, I am nothing if not an honest, an honest opportunist. That sounds amazing, and I totally should watch that on stream. Anyway, we'll start this with Adam McIntyre's clip about this. There's many clips, and Cosmic was polite enough to make a list of these things for us to get into. Here, let me boom. There we go. I said this is I'm not I just need to get this out of my system before I start watching this clip. I saw that Nux Taku was on a podcast with Roseanne Barr where they start talking about they start JQing, but it's totally okay because we got a J in the room, dude. That's crazy, dude. That's so fucking crazy. What the fuck? Yeah.
Rachel Ballinger.
Ah! Are you fucking for real? Yeah. Hold on. I know why that was so loud. There we go.
Ballinger meet
God damn, Adam, you're loud as hell.
and greet at VidCon.
I was about to put it on two times speed. By the way, someone in his chat says Rachel Ballinger meet and greet at Tel Aviv, and Adam reads it out. And I burst out laughing because I don't know why he read that. It was so fucking funny. When I do that, it's like I clearly am like bit farming, right? But to just like read the chat that goes Rachel Ballinger in Tel Aviv, it's just... Oh, it was so fucking funny.
I don't know about all that. Guys, I have bad news.
I know Adam is Irish, but it really does sound like he's losing his Irish accent, you know?
I have bad news. Unfortunately, I have really bad... Oh, damn, the demand is there. Damn, the demand is there. So, anyways, hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, something has been sent to me, and it's like, oof.
I like how all drama content now is just like different degrees and variations of person sits in a room with a laptop in front of them and says outrageous shit. Like when you think about it from like a platonic standard, there's not really much difference between me, Candace Owens, Adam McIntyre, Charlie Kirk. Well, I guess he's dead, so, you know, but... But, like, it's all kind of like the same thing. It's just a person sitting there at a laptop and going, thing is making me mad. The X situation sure is Y, and here's why you should be mad about it. And that's like so much of it. Or you go out in real life and you're just like a nuisance. And that's it. It's the only two kinds of like streaming content now. Person sits in a room in a studio and goes, yeah, things are really fucked. And I fucking hate that guy. And I think I'm gonna sue that other guy for saying outrageous things about me on his stream. And then they do. And then there's a lawsuit about it.
And I just really quickly wanted to just hop on it really quick. So Rachel Ballinger, famously a friend of the channel, is fucking raging. Like, she's absolutely raging. Now, she hasn't addressed the fact that she was dropped from VidCon, but she has made a very, very, very angry video. And it's like this part of her video, right? And it's like being sent to me on TikTok. And she's raging, like absolutely raging. So this is obviously her way of addressing Rachel Ballinger meet and greet in Tel Aviv.
It was funny the second time, too. Dude, the first time we get a live streamer in North Korea is gonna be so fucking cool. That's gonna be great.
I'm from Israel and I love Rachel.
Oh, I gotta know, what's Benjamin Netanyahu's opinion on Colleen Ballinger these days? Do you think he's pro or anti Ballinger?
So, anyways, so this is clearly her way of addressing it. She is insanely angry, and she's basically like, these false allegations that were made about my sister, like they're all lies, blah 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 blah. We've heard it all before. By the way, this is not the first time that Rachel Ballinger has said this. She went on a podcast recently, a little bit before VidCon, remember? And she was like, oh yeah, it was terrible what happened to Colleen. Like, we all took the fall from it. And she was like, Colleen will never recover from it.
Well, here's, in so what do you do if you're the sibling of somebody who is so duplicitous and canceled? What do you do if you're the sibling of that person and you have a YouTube career? Like you either have to be the YouTuber who drops their sibling, or you have to stand by the sibling who did something very clearly wrong. There's no, like, this, it's just a call up your brother to ask. I know his answer would be to drop me. I don't even need to call him to know that. I know that would be the answer. BB is a day one Miranda Sings stan.
Man, actually, I wasn't gonna say this in this video, but I am. My mom might be pissed at me. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little tidbit of some behind the scenes info that I'm not.
Yeah, Jazza and Shad come to mind. Yeah, because that was like a really bad. That was really bad. To be a fly in the wall for the Jazza Shad Christmas. What do you do? Like, you just can't be connected anymore in any way. You can't hang, But the thing that is even crazier is that you check Rachel's channel and her name on YouTube is Rachel Ballinger. At least Shadiversity is like fucking Shadiversity and Jazza is Jazza, right? So there's no connection there. But these two, there is,
Not happy with. I'm just waiting for my mom to text me to be like, stop! So, I'm gonna keep it as vague as possible, but read between the lines. So, oh, she hasn't texted me. I must be good, or else she's on a delay. She's on an ad break. She's like, no! A month ago, I got reached out to by a documentary crew to be a part of a documentary about Colleen Ballinger. And I
genuinely cannot even fathom, like, I guess if you're on a who would be contacting him? I guess a producer would. I mean, it could be a producer, or it could be just like any kind of access fixer, really. Anybody who has like an access fixer job. But it's just, I can't imagine being the director for a Colleen Ballinger documentary because it feels so, like, who are you pitching that to? Like, you have to be making that first and then trying to pitch that, right? Because the Discovery Plus one came from in-house at Discovery, which I found I think came from in-house at Discovery. I don't think they pitched it to studios, but I don't know, obviously. But it felt like that, right? Watching it. It felt like a Discovery Plus investigation Discovery show. What would the documentary be called, though? It would have an awful title that is like a colon. Okay. It would be, like Miranda Sings Behind a Smile, or like Miranda Sings colon behind the smile. Or depending on like the trademark of Miranda Sings, maybe it would be like it wouldn't have as good a name as Quiet on Set. Quiet on Set is a really good title for a documentary. It would have like one of those like dirty like afternoon television program type of titles, you know. Ooh, wait. I got a good one. Don't take my fucking idea, documentary freaks, okay? Not safe for kids. There we go. Not safe for kids. Not advertiser friendly. The Colleen Ballinger story. Take your pick, one of those. Or you would use the word canceled. You can make it a series. You can make it a docu-series. Call it Canceled. The lives of those who lost everything or something. I don't know. They were talking about how it's going to be about fandom culture, so I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Colleen Ballinger train wreck. Yeah.
It a month ago, and I was like,
dude, just naming a toxic gossip train would be really fucking good too. That would be another good one.
Nope. Okay, actually, my mom hasn't texted me, so I'm sure I can go a little bit more in depth. But I do want to talk about this more in depth in future. I went, nope. A month ago, reached out to, hey, we're doing this documentary, and like, major developer. And
It has to be Discovery. I can't imagine. Dude, it's MGM Plus.
read it, and I went, nah. What's more left to say? Stick with me here. What is more left to say? You want me to be a part of a documentary about what Colleen Ballinger did in 2026? No. Now stick with me. I called my mom, and I was like, what do you think of this? And my mom was like, well, what are you thinking? And I was like, why would I do?
All right, I'm gonna chastise his audience here in the chat, and I'm gonna. This is why. Listen, yeah, Tubi original series, dude. Major developer, Tubi. Dude, we're bringing Colleen Ballinger to Shudder. We're bringing Colleen Ballinger to AMC Direct. Dude, okay, first of all, if the guy who did Melania is doing Ballinger, that is the most, it is a crazy sweep job. Story fire. Guys, Rumble is getting into the documentary game. Time for prestige documentaries. Here's one where they sweep for Colleen Ballinger. Dude, Criterion Collection, Colleen Ballinger. I get to have Miranda Sings right next to Kurosawa. All right. To get back to my original point. And this is something I need to come to terms with as a YouTuber, okay? And I'm going to impart this on you, the audience, and I need you all to understand this, okay? YouTube videos are fleeting objects for you to view. Very rarely does a video inhabit the same kind of energy as a Netflix TV show, or a TV show in general, or a movie, or a documentary, like a real one. Have you guys seen Werner Herzog's like Grizzly Man? Have you seen that documentary? What a fucking phenomenal documentary. Those things exist in a different world. But a YouTube video will never exist in that world, and here's why, right? Because content on the internet, who's Werner Herzog? We don't got time for this, but he's really good. But YouTube videos are fleeting, right? They just are. You watch a YouTube video, maybe you remember it, and maybe you kind of wrongly repeat it in a conversation with a friend in real life, or maybe you don't, and it just like moves into the background of your mind before it just vanishes from memory, right? I don't remember most of the YouTube videos I watched. I remember what I do watch regularly. Like I watch, and this is why I brought up North Korea. I have the same fixation I have with Mormons. I have it towards North Korea, you know. And there's a channel, they haven't broken 100K yet. It's called In the Kingdom, and literally it's just like videos about like different weird idiosyncratic things about North Korea, like what Kim Jong-un likes to do in his free time, or how Kim Jong-il was like a gourmand who, when he traveled to Russia, by train, had live animals brought to his train every day so he could be fed the freshest of meats. So like I remember that, but I don't remember what I watch really. You know, I don't remember the full scope, and very rarely does anything inhabit my mind in the same way as like a TV show or a documentary or a docuseries, right? The best of us on YouTube at making cinema in the practical sense are never going to be in that other space because of either the powers that be or just by the nature of how content works. You know, it's so fleeting. It's not like a permanent thing. Like Swoop is really good. She really is really good at her job. She's great at making videos. They're good videos. But Swoop inhabits the world of YouTube. You know, there's a lot of Swoop videos. And how many will truly be remembered? You know, that's the thing, right? They're all your videos are here forever to leave a mark on the world, and nobody will remember them because all of our brains are fried. Scary thought, but like, you know, it's like, do you want to? It's why I've kind of weighed like how much effort I put into a video versus like what other place do I want to put effort into as like a creative, you know? So I'm kind of like of a mind where it's like maybe it's okay that your stuff is kind of slop because your mind is you know, you come to YouTube not for slop. You'd like to be enriched, but it's not the same. You don't engage with it the same way. You just don't engage with it the same way. And unfortunately, the same thing that makes me good at research also curses me like a Rolodex of knowledge. I cannot even begin to tell you how much more verbose your knowledge is versus my annoying fixation about North Korea, which, by the way, I have a lot. It's insane. Yeah, sometimes you make art, sometimes you make entertainment. Sometimes you're lucky enough to do both. I don't know who you're quoting there, but literally that. Diesel, how are you? You know, 6'7". Yeah, I think if you're a YouTuber who makes really high effort content and you're making bank, cash in that check. Cash in that check, baby. Cash in that check. Cash in that check, and if you can do it, go make something else in the future. I know I want to make other stuff. I don't want to make fucking YouTube videos forever. I like doing YouTube, don't get me wrong. But I don't get creatively fulfilled like I used to. What's your favorite fact about North Korea? That's a good question. Ooh, this is a really good one. So in North Korea, they don't have holidays. But in order, my sister said I should jiggle ghost titties when I do 6'7", so I juggle my own. Okay. No, they don't have holidays in North Korea. So what they did is they replaced it with a bunch of state holidays, right? Because the Paektu lineage, so the whole like story, so they have an origin story, right? They have a Christ-like origin story for Kim Il-sung, the creator of North Korea. So he was born on a mountain right? He apparently didn't cry when he was born, and after a few months, he was already reading. By the time he was 4, he was doing math and calculus, you know. And then by the time he was finally like a child, he was starting to like develop his political acumen. Okay. But it was on this mountain, and when he was born, a rainbow shined across the mountain, Mount Pektu, which is basically their holy famous mountain, right? They have like a whole recreation of Kim Il Sung's home in North Korea, and you could visit it if you're North Korean, right? And the real crazy part about it is that they took that origin story, and from there, that is their holiday, right? So they don't give gifts, but it's like it's an act of giving in honor of Kim Il Sung and the great father of the country, right? And so like when you see the paintings of Kim Jong Un or Kim Il Sung in a home, right, and they clean that every morning, that's the equivalent of like somebody cleaning a cross every morning, right? They are quite literally like religious. They're walking gods. They've developed a state where they are literally divine, right? That's why Kim Jong Un always rides a white horse. Okay, that's why he always drives. That's why he always rides a white horse. It's all part of the mystique of developing this divine sense. But that's what their North Korean Christmas is. It's based on that story and then them giving gifts for the leader or giving things to the state for the leader's honor, you know.
Do this.
Anyway, to get back to it.
Documentary being made about this in 2026. Not only do we have the SWIP documentary, but with all due respect, and I will speak exclusively about me here, like my story, who cares? Sorry, I'm talking about me here. Who fucking cares? What has been said has been said. We don't need another documentary on it.
Yeah, I really do agree with that sentiment. I don't think if Colleen was doing something crazy right now with her career and like it felt like there was an urgency for her or a need or there was some like overwhelming systemic abuse that was happening. I mean, there is, it's Hollywood, but like, you know, Colleen is nothing compared to like a Weinstein or Diddy, you know? So it's like, it feels like it really does feel like, you know, you're picking up the crumbs, right? Even when the Onision documentary happened, it felt like the story was told, you know, and Chris Hansen shows up and he's old and sad looking. Like he's old looking, you know, and he's here to sit there in a chair and go, well, this doesn't seem very good now, does it? It's like, yeah, no shit, Chris Hansen. You're like a day late and a dollar short, okay? Nobody fucking cares anymore, all right? You're just doing this because nobody gives a fuck about you anymore. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
The world does not need another Colleen Ballinger expose. And I was like, nah. So I didn't respond, right? Then I get a follow-up. And I'm like, oh, they're really determined. I ignore it. I don't want to be a part of this. I'm just ignoring it. I go to TwitchCon. The director or the executive producer or whatever DMs me on Instagram. Hey, blah, 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 blah. Don't know if you saw our email. Here's what we're doing. My mom said, go ahead. I won't say it all because I don't. You have no idea what is going on behind the scenes right now. It's like, oh, there's so many people pissing me off to do with this. Director, executive producer, whatever, reaches out to me and goes, hey, I don't know if you saw our message, but we're doing this documentary by Colleen Ballinger. Let's go on a call. And I go, nah. I respond.
Actually, Hansen is doing it because he needs to pay the taxes he evaded. You know, I said get that bag, queen. Same thing applies to Chris Hansen. You know what? Get that bag, queen.
All right, my message. I'm going to read you my message. I'm not going to read theirs, but I'll read mine, okay? Where are you? I don't know if this is the director. I don't know if this is... I don't know what the deal is. So I'm only going to read my response, okay?
Low-key how I feel whenever people bring up Chris Hansen in regards to Nova Online. Dude, invoking Chris Hansen, you try to like people try to invoke Chris Hansen in the same way where they're like, Goku could beat Superman in a fight. But it's like, yeah, but Superman and Goku would never fight, you fucking idiot. So why are you even suggesting something? What is he gonna, they're gonna get there and stare at each other. What do you think that Chris Hansen is gonna do about Nova Online? Nothing. Nothing.
So they DM'd me 13th of May, 14th of May, 20th of May, and then on Monday. And then I was like, this has to end. I go, hi, sorry for the delay.
It's like they're pulling up the Chris Hansen in their mind from when he was young and on TV, you know. But it's like, yeah, man, but that only makes sense if you're like 12 and you understand nothing about how like criminal justice works.
I've been traveling. Bullshit. Why are you, the world does not need another documentary on Colleen Ballinger. I don't think this is something I would be interested in doing any interviews for, as I feel like
Nova Online sits across from Chris Hansen. So the internet tells me that you're unemployed. Monique with the 5 gifted. Poggies. Put him in he wasn't that young. Hansen was just a pretty face. That's true. See, this is the little guy wealth distribution system in action. trickle down chatter economics.
I've done sad enough, especially with the Swift documentary. But thank you so much for reaching out. Again, I don't want to read anyone's messages, but they basically responded and they were like, ooh, this is so difficult. They basically said to me, you know, we understand that you would feel this way. However, a YouTube documentary is much different than what we're gonna do. And I was like,
I agree, but what are you thinking? All right, I know you're like the producer or something, and you gotta believe in the project. But we can be optimistic, but also like understand the universe, right? Like, yeah, no shit. I want the stuff that I make that's not a fucking fuck-ass YouTube video to get like awards, right? I would love like a I forget what the equivalent award would be for like tabletop related things, right? But like, yeah, I would love that. But if I don't get it, whatever, man. You know, it's like the Colleen Ballinger documentary. This is really different from a YouTube video. I agree. It is different from a YouTube video. It exists in a different category. It exists in a different world, really. It's your fuck ass YouTube videos should get awards. Every single video is a fuck ass YouTube video. Literally 100% of YouTube videos are fuck ass YouTube videos. The trend of these like indie shows going to movie theaters, a la The Amazing Digital Circus, is such an abnormality that I do not know where we put it yet. Okay. Yeah, they have money to throw away.
like, One person I'm gonna
Read
go
it
back
and say alleged. That's what, guys. It's alleged.
for is Swift.
My ass was never fucked by a video. Well, you haven't seen that video. Have you? There's like a guy on YouTube who's like, I'm doing videos to teach you how to be a gay bottom. And it's like he just spreads his asshole and shows how to like clean it or like nair his butthole.
Is Swift. And so they send this entire thing. Let me know. Let's go on a call.
No one mainstream knew about Dan Schneider before the Quiet on Set doc. Yeah, but there was also like, so it's like two things, right? Because Dan Schneider was like a television executive, right? Which is different from film. And usually people work like in those fields specifically, right? But then also, it's like those young actors from that show moved on and started doing film and started doing movies, right? And Jeanette McCurdy was becoming this person that people are like, was an up and coming young actress. Oh, she's putting out this memoir. She's putting out this book. And so it started this whole spiral of discourse about it, right? That a real discourse that existed within the Hollywood zeitgeist, right? So people didn't know who Dan Schneider was, but those TV shows on Nickelodeon, same with Disney Channel, are incubators for the stars of tomorrow, right? Because there's a lot of stars, and by the way, a lot of those actors are children of other famous actors who got their kids the roles in those shows. But a lot of it is them using those shows to incubate those kids to turn them into actors to be the next generation of celebrity, right? A lot of that. There's a lot of famous people who worked at Disney or Nickelodeon on those TV shows. So Dan Schneider had a lot more connection to the industry, you know?
Nothing major, just let's say hi, let's whatever. And I go, thank you. I appreciate the sentiment. I just think at this current stage in my life, this is not something I even feel comfortable being a part of. But again, thank you for reaching out. So that was all well and good, right? This was all well and good. Until I get a message from someone involved in this story who was like, let's do this together. No, it wasn't Johnny. No. It wasn't Cody, but I'm not gonna go any further. Hey, bro, let's do this together.
It's not this guy. It's not this guy. Well, I'm going down the list. I think we know who it is.
Together. No, we're not.
I meant outside of the industry, like the general public didn't even know, even though there were YouTube exposes already. Yeah, the general public didn't know. To be honest, if you ask 90% of people who makes the shows they watch, nobody knows. Nobody knows any of that stuff. Nobody knows who Kevin Feige is, or they might know a Steven Spielberg or like a Martin Scorsese, but they're not gonna know like Kevin Feige. Who's the guy that owned Disney? Bob Iger. Hell, there's a lot of people that don't know who that Larry Ellison is. Like, there's a lot of people who don't know that. What's another one that people should know? Oh, the guy who does all the fucking Law and Order shows, Dick Wolf. Like, oh, do you know who the executive producer of Law and Order SVU is? That one people might know because his name is crazy and having the name Dick Wolf is horrible. But but a lot of those people you don't know. Dude, I had no idea who directed True Detective Night County, but now they're like the showrunner for every season moving forward. They have like some crazy ass name. They have like a crazy Latino name. And I don't remember it, but I will know it when I see it because it annoyed me that much.
We're not in this together. There is no need. There is no need for any of this to be happening. I am so against this. You know why I'm against this? I don't deserve this. Becky and Oliver don't deserve this. Swip doesn't deserve this disrespect. And you know who I'm going to say something here. I'm going to say something here. And again, try not to judge me and try to understand my experience and fatigue with this over the last 6 years. I don't think Colleen deserves this. Do you know how fatigued I must be of like the relay that I would say that? And I truly mean it from the bottom of my heart. I really do. I really, really, really do. What has been said has been said. I know.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Adam McIntyre, but I do feel empathy for him here. I can't imagine being hounded by people to talk about your grooming sitch that you buried years ago. Yeah, a lot of people will never be able to move past that for Adam McIntyre. Unfortunately, he is probably going to deal with it for at least like another good few years.
there's talk behind the scenes of like, she was never held accountable. She still uploads on her vlog. She still goes on to her. Bitch, she's barely filling 100 capacity and she flops on her views. You cannot prescribe someone like a
Yeah, it's like a she hasn't been held accountable. Yeah, man. The courts, they didn't do anything, you know? Many such cases, man. Like, I don't know. I feel like some people watch exposed videos, and I feel like this is downstream of like people needing stuff to do, or like I see it because there's like a Colleen Ballinger snark, and I was looking at that to like figure out, you know, to like find an article so that way I could like remind myself of who Josh was. And it's just like, yeah, like these people might be bad. Like, sure, I get it. But it almost seems like you have like there's like some kind of psychosis where you're like, we need to do something about this. We need to do something about this. It's like, what do you want from this? Okay? Because unless you're gonna go with your Smith & Wesson and do something, there's nothing to do, dude. There's nothing to do. You know, it's a fucking YouTube video. Or the expose has happened and all the articles have come out and someone's career is fucked. Foobar. Complete snafu. Like, just destroyed. You know, it's... I don't understand, and I really don't get it, right? Maybe you've been that way before, chat. Maybe you can elucidate me on that. But the concept of being so riled up where regardless of like social repercussion, you're like, it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. He said sorry. It's not enough that they're canceled. It's not enough. It's like, what do you mean? I've never understood that. I don't get it. Yeah, like they have to exist and work eventually. Like they have to like still be in society. That's the thing. It's like maybe this is an American thing. Maybe this is an American thing cuz I feel like felons get the same rap where they could be clean for many years. They could be not committing crimes. They could be normal members of society that function and have jobs. But because they committed a crime when they were 20 and they're 40 now, the perception is that guy's a felon. You know, it's like at some point we got to move on, guys. We got to move on. At what point do we pack it away is what I'm saying, right? I know this is a hypothetical, obviously, but like when? I don't think Colleen Ballinger is at that point yet, sure, but it's like we really need to ask when.
It feels like Josh is just looking for his big break and thinks Adam is ruining it for him.
Yeah.
Death sentence. It doesn't work like that. And I'm speaking on this truly from like a pure point of like passion here, that like there is freedom of speech and you do not dictate whether or not someone is able to just fucking exist. I'm sorry. And I'm speaking about fucking Colleen here. I really am. This entire bullshit has made, sorry, I'm like, I want to talk about this fucking Rachel thing.
Adam is actually fucking cooking Giga style with this.
I'm like, I can probably confidently speak for a majority of people who were involved in this.
Yeah, they always say the real job stuff is especially wild. Like they always say get a job, but as soon as a person has a job, they try to get them fired. Yeah, because it's not about, ultimately it's not about them atoning for their sins. It's about them suffering persecution so the other person can feel better, right? Like, it's not about actually getting a job. Getting a job is just a thing you say because you can't just, like, walk up to a guy you hate and go, you should fucking blow your brains out, buddy. I fucking hate you, and I think you should die, and I don't have any good reasons for that. You know, you gotta couch it in a way where you're like, you know, still kind of nice about it.
We talk about it a lot. You know what we do, right?
Like if somebody gets canceled and then like somebody says get a job, oh, they should get a real job. I'm just gonna interpret that in my mind now as like, I think he should jump off the nearest bridge. That's what I'm gonna think it is.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah, just put the fries in the bag. Because you're not actually saying put the fries in the bag. You're saying put your head in a deep fryer.
Once when we talk about Rachel Ballinger, or even if Colleen does something stupid or whatever, never once does that like re-trigger me. And I've had conversations with other people involved. Never once does that ever like re-triggered them. Never. Never. But you know what would do that to everyone involved? Interviews. What? Who cares? Who cares? I am so against this. I am so against this. How the hell do you have me defending Colleen Ballinger? Remember I told you I was on that call really late last night? Right now is only a fucking percentage of how I was going off on that call because I'm aware that this is going to go on YouTube and I'm trying to hold my best here. I think it is, you know what the word is? Unnecessary. Unnecessary. And if I know that this is going any further than what it is, I will make a full-on dedicated video on it. I didn't sign anything. I barely responded to any of these people. Oh my god, that scared me. Another bird hit the window. Jesus, it happened yesterday too. I think this is unbelievable. I really do. God, this isn't even the topic I wanted to do. It's 100% Chris Hansen. No, it's not.
That would. This is just like a rotating rogues gallery of like usual suspects. I feel like we're frozen in time. Is that a reasonable thing to say? Is this what happens when you get old? Is that why the boomers think gas should be $2 and that you should make 5 pence and be able to buy a home? Is that why? Is there something just happened in your brain where you're like, time just stopped? I know. Adam saying this is so amazing. I just...
I can't believe it. And I can't believe that truly this other person would
I also feel like gas should be $2. I do. You know what? I'll do you one better. I feel like we should have trains and walkable infrastructure so that way the everyman can get to his job and not be priced out of society by needing to own a vehicle that gets him from place to place. You know, I think you know, multiple modes of transportation are possible. You know, gas could just be one of many. You know, something turns basis. I'm not saying we get rid of one. I'm saying we add more. Dude, the Hanson movie chaps my ass, but the cast seems interesting.
has already agreed to be a part of it. Oh, all right now.
Robert Pattinson as Chris Hansen is crazy.
All right now.
They're honestly trying to like, they're not even looks maxing Chris Hansen. They're like looks leveling up Chris Hansen.
Really? Really? I have so many thoughts. I think it is absolutely great. I think it's absolutely disgusting.
Okay, so the silent character that Adam is not referring to here is probably Josh. Okay. Yeah, dude, they replaced Chris Hansen with Chris Handsome. Is it straight to be streaming? Is it straight to streaming or oh wait, no. I read that completely differently. Sorry, I got Pride Month on the brain. Is it straight to be streaming, Diesel? I'm sorry. I was just assuming that you were clip farming. Let me take a piss. I'm drinking my big water today for my big thirst. I'll be right back. Let me pee. Pee time. Pee time. Here we go. Here we go. I'm back. I'm back. Okay. So, dude, this cuck is kicking my ass. Oh my god. I cannot fucking speak to save my life. Did you wash your hands? Yeah, I did. I was going to say, before I so geniusly clip chimped myself. I am on a cut right now. Okay. And so I really want to have a cheeky little snack. All right. But I ate all the fruit in my house. And so I'm chewing on some gum right now to try and like get myself some satiety. Okay. And as a result of that, I'm chewing on some gum. I'm going to spit it out in a second. All right, here's a second video. I need like a fucking fruit or something.
Here you go, Diesel. Don't spend it all in one places.
I will probably be spending it on my student loan, so I guess that will be one place, but yes. Let me spit this out. I don't want to talk with this fucking gum in my mouth. I need different flavored gum. I just have mint. Didn't really help me. Didn't help at all. Thank you for the 20, though.
Okay, I am just filming this on my phone because I cannot believe this. I just finished my stream for the night, and Joshua David Evans has just threatened me. Okay, no worries. So, Joshua David Evans has just commented on my video, insinuating that he's gonna confront me or like fight me at VidCon. Really? Joshua David Evans.
So real talk, who do we think would win in that fight? You know, just for like comedy's sake, who's winning in that fight? Joshua David Evans or Adam McIntyre? Hold on. I want to see Joshua. Let's see. Adam. Damn, this guy's unk. This guy cannot really have that haircut. That's gotta be old. On God? Really? Dog. Adam McIntyre, I owe you my sincere apology. This can't be real. Hold on. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. A twink can hold a twink can hold a lot of secret strength. I gotta be honest, I think that's like your specific kind of. See, this is when I was yelling at everybody earlier for I've seen what you sick freaks are into. This feels like your thing. This is just you projecting. You're projecting right now. That's what you're doing. This is projection. I'm not saying Adam would lose. I'm just saying that I don't think he's going to be bringing out, like, Purple Hollow or anything, all right? After looking into the history, it's crazy the parallels of this and the Onision documentary stuff. They tried really hard to pressure the victims to come on and have very little respect. I dated twinks before, Diesel. I know. I don't believe that they were twinks. I feel like that prohibits you from being a twink. You know? I feel like the power scaling of a twink has like a hard cap. Okay? And then once you pass beyond that, you like lose your status by scientific properties. Like your scientific properties have changed. You know? It's like you go from twink to some other thing in the middle, and then like the top end is like a bear. Like a bear probably has the highest ability to lift the most or throw the most strength. right? And a twink has the least. And if you transcend those values too much, you move up a tier, you know? I'm saying that there's power scaling. I'm describing power scaling. Hollow Purple, you fake fan. uh
Commented on my video where I'm talking about the documentary that he has signed on to do about Colleen Ballinger, in which he messaged me a big story being like, let's do the documentary together, bro, let's do whatever. And I didn't want to do it. I don't want to do a documentary about Colleen Ballinger in 2026. If he wants to do that, that's fine. And I've spoken about the fact that it feels at this stage that I'm almost being forced to be a part of it so that Josh can be a part of it. And Josh commented on my video within minutes, by the way. Within minutes. I'm literally just showing it like this. See you at VidCon.
Oh. That kid, he had to actually say something threatening, right? Please say something threatening.
And then sunflower emoji, ... bro. So, first of all, Josh.
That is such a millennial ass.
Using the sunflower emoji that Colleen used when she was making fun of people is so embarrassing. Is so embarrassing that you have just literally done exactly what you sat down on the Swoop documentary and said how bad it was for Colleen to do. You've just posted on my video like how you used to post.
The dialogue in this scene, I find a little comedic, I must say. I know that this is a YouTube video, but this feels like a bit, right? Like
in gossip sites back when the divorce was happening. Josh, I said it in my video. You know what's so funny in my video? I said, Josh, please leave me alone. Please stop messaging me. Please stop commenting on my videos. Please, and I guess now, what are you getting out of see at VidCon and then the sunflower emoji, which again has big lore within the Colleen Josh days, and then ... bro full stop. No, you're getting add up in the comments.
Dude, the elderly millennial still uses the same emoji as his ex-wife. I'm just thinking it's just his, like, you know how there's like a recent emoji? You know, it's just his recent emojis.
You're literally getting add up in the comments of people being like, Josh, why are you threatening Adam? Like,
what? I don't want to be that guy. All right. I'm obviously Team Adam. But come on.
why are you threatening? Everyone's saying...
Well, the sunflower emoji for Colleen was her making fun of and bullying her minor fans. Ah.
He's a grown... What age is he? Sorry. 42.
Okay. I guess my issue here is like, I thought the threat would be like, Adam McIntyre better not see your fucking face at VidCon, you stupid bitch. Diesel, have you seen Undertale? Flowers are dangerous. Oh my god. This community is fucked.
42 years old. You are 42 years old threatening a 23-year-old. Like, that is so fucking humiliating, John.
I'm just trying to, like, I'm picturing this in like a billion different ways that this Josh guy could be thinking about it, where he's just gonna be like, oh man, I thought we were really gonna talk about that. It's like, no, I wasn't threatening you. I actually wanted to talk more about it as adults, you know? But it's like, Adam was like, this is a threat. Are you threatening to beat me up? Is this physical? Are you gonna hurt me? And he's like, it's just like the escalation is just like, what do you do if you're a 42-year-old in this situation? You just go, whoa, 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 my hands are up, I'm not gonna hit you. I'm not gonna hit you. Like, that's all you can do.
It really is. And how fucking dare you, by the way? How dare you post a threatening message about VidCon when
It's too big. It's too big. Obviously Adam doesn't want to see this guy. So yeah, I guess it would be threatening in that respect where it's like, I don't fuck with you, I don't want to be around you, I don't want to see you. But also it could just be that like this guy's like, oh, what if this would really bother the shit out of Adam? You know? Like, what if he's just doing this specifically to make Adam freak out? Right? Because if this guy's a little shitter, would this not be exactly what he wanted? Like, I feel like there's no good reason to respond to this fucking jabroni. You know, it's like, I'm not doing it, Josh. Josh is repeatedly doubling down, being like, do it, do it, do it. Just fuck off, Josh. And then Josh either fucks off or he continues to do it.
when you care so desperately about the Ballingers and you know exactly what I just went through with Rachel Ballinger.
I'm sorry, but to be a 42-year-old man going to VidCon is just, you better have a good reason for being there, you know, man. It can't be that you're a creator, right? Like, he's moved into management, or from what I know, he's like a manager.
Ballinger and VidCon and that full thing. Dude.
But I every time I think of VidCon, it's just like, you're either in your 20s looking to be literally wasted out of your mind, or you're like a industry veteran who's like there for business, and you do the business and that's it. It's like a completely different trade show. Or you're a child and you're just there to be loud. And there is no in between. It's like the business people that show up. I don't know if you guys have ever been to a VidCon con. So I never went on the con floor when I went to VidCon. I always just went there to be literally drunk as hell the entire time. Okay? But when I went into a convention hall for VidCon, granted it was in Baltimore, and Baltimore is Baltimore. But the convention hall at VidCon was for like babies. It was for children, you know? Like, I could not, like, I would enjoy my time at different conventions. I could not see myself enjoying VidCon as a grown man, because it was just like, guys, the booby is the boopity is, he's gonna come out. He's the Minecraft guy. Here's his $60 hoodie. Or like the stage show was like a bunch of 23-year-olds and they talked about some corny bullshit. You know? It's just, I'll never go to VidCon because it feels like a place no one would wear deodorant. Well, of course they wouldn't wear deodorant. They haven't started to perspire yet. That's... Now, an anime convention is a different story, you know?
How dare you? Like
it's very strange. Like, VidCon truly exists as, like, a convention that doesn't know what it wants to be.
Really, how dare you? All the comments are like, this is so embarrassing. What does he think he's gaining from this? Everyone's basically just saying the mask has
I mean,
slipped.
he could just be trolling. This is like, you've taken bait, right? Is this a possible? Okay, listen. I don't cover most tea stuff. I need to be tea-splained to, okay? Do people always operate with their heart on their sleeve in tea, or are they like sneaky? I would assume they're sneaky, but like in a different way, right? But like I feel like trolls still exist in T content, you know? So like I can't imagine that it would be otherwise. Both. It's just the standard here is crazy. I gotta admit. If I ever go to a con, it's an anime con, I'll be hitting up the artist booths for anything that depicts my fixation character. That's what most people do.
What is wrong with him? I'm livid. I'm so sorry. He's literally acting like Colleen.
Listen, I need to go to an anime convention so that way I could bomb on my pickup lines to the cosplay people, you know?
Josh has gone down the wrong path. Super weird. Not to be dramatic.
Yeah, they're snaky until someone calls them out. That is hard on the sleeve.
But please stay safe at VidCon. Have security. And it's like, well, I'm not going to say anything to the VidCon people because they were already so accommodating with the Rachel situation. And it's like, Josh, I truly, last year at VidCon, when I went to VidCon, I was walking the halls with Harry.
I might be reading this wrong, but I'm leaning on the idea that Adam's reaction is so strong due to his drama with H3. I have no idea what that is. I don't know what he had with H3. H3 was mad at him because he had an opinion that was different than him, right? I assume that's basically the crux of this. Is this because like Adam said like river to the sea and then Gila Klein started speaking in Hebrew? That was fucked up. That was just a joke. It's just a joke.
And he was IRL streaming. And I get a tap on the shoulder and I turn around and it's Josh. And we're fine. We hadn't spoke to each other in a bit. And he goes, do you want to go outside and talk? And we go outside and talk. And same old, same old. It's talking about Colleen and the divorce. Fine.
Yeah, basically H3's audience also supposedly reported Adam to ICE. What? He fell out with them. I don't know what it was about. I just know they fell out. You're gonna get sued, Lamau. Those are your first words in chat. That's when he was touring the US. It was a whole thing. Oh, man. Dude, YouTube's awesome now, where everything is just like, I think I'm gonna take you to court. All right, guy. It's the internet. Calm down a little bit. There's like there's degrees here. All right, we gotta pass the threshold.
That was it. And it was all fine. And he told me he's like a YouTube manager now or something like that. Because people are like, well, obviously he's not going to go to VidCon. He does go to VidCon. He's a YouTube manager or something he told me last year. And it's like, why are you acting like this? Josh.
So I know a few YouTube managers. Well, I'd say a few. I think I have known many, but the one that I like am homies with, right? Who's not my manager. He's just like a guy I know. It's really funny because I feel like a YouTube manager is like if you think a YouTuber is a pretend job, YouTube manager is like literally pretend job. Okay? Because this guy would just tell me about his time in the service, and he did like nuclear deterrence, right? To not be too like specific. But I could not tell you what he did for a living now. I knew what he did before, and it was that, and it made him super fucking paranoid. But then I couldn't tell you what he does now with his YouTuber. Like, what do you do? What do you do? You just get guys like, hey, did you upload today? And then the YouTuber's like, yeah. And then the YouTube manager just makes money. Is like, what is this? Can we discuss the arm bar on the door behind you? It's been bothering me all stream because I only just noticed it now. So this is downstream of the conversation we had at the beginning of stream, where I was talking about the McCarthyism boomer lead poisoning brain. So that's on my door because what if a bear comes in? What if a bear breaks down my door? It'll be harder for the bear to break down my door if there's an arm bar on it. I'm not joking. That's really the reason. What if a bear breaks in? A bear. Now you're just trolling. No, that was the reason given to me. All right, I'm serious. All right. A bear man? No, guys, not a hairy gay man. A bear, like a rawr, which still could be like a man, but like, you know, an animal. You're in the basement. That leads outside. It leads into the wilderness. The bear animal. Why would a hairy gay guy break down your door? I don't know, cursed twink. Maybe you should be telling us. Diesel, I'm getting diagnosed with autism next week. I can't wait to tell if you're being for real. What? You need to wait until your autism diagnosis to know if I'm joking or not? No, I'm serious, guys. Are there bears where you live? Yes. Are there bears in my area? Not like not like that I know of, but there is technically, I guess. I guess hypothetically speaking, yes, there are bears in my area, but I have never seen a bear in my area. Diesel, are you serious or slash J? My boss in Christ, the fuck is a black bear presumably gonna try and break into your goon cave? Yes, that is legitimately why I was given that. It is very dumb. But every time I take it away, it comes back. So I've stopped fighting it and just allowed it to exist. What if the bear offers you honey? What?
You literally told me and Swoop, and by the way, I haven't spoken to Swoop about this, so she hasn't said anything to me, but I'm just saying, like, you've told me and Swoop that you just wanted to protect your peace and you wanted to move on with your life. And how does that equate to you now coming into my comment section and threatening to confront me at VidCon because I don't want to do a documentary about Colleen Ballinger, but you do? It's not my fault that you signed on to the
Diesel is a bear magnet. All right, that was a good one. That's a good one. Fuck you.
Signed on to it, and now they're all fucking hounding me to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of it, and that's like, can you just move on from that? But the fact that your fucking response is to come into my comment section and threaten me and use the Colleen Ballinger
I'm sorry.
time period of the emoji.
Adam. Maybe I don't have enough empathy in my heart. Maybe I'm not empathetic enough. Maybe I can't walk enough miles in Adam's shoes to understand the true scope and damage of this message. I understand that the flower carries weight with it, but it's just like, if I was literally half of another man's age, all I would be thinking was like, what is Unk going to do to me? Nothing. Diesel, are you going to the bear parties to put the metal bar on the front door?
Really? And it's like, for me, it's so frustrating and it's so scary because it's like, Josh, I've seen you 2 or 3 times since this, right? And all you said was how you wanted to move on from this and how you were in a different place and how it...
Listen, given the entire history of this guy since the divorce, I feel like if all of those meetings that you had with Josh happened prior to his public like breaking it off with his wife, I don't know what to tell you because like I feel like the read on him is really easy. Like he's very clearly like trying to, you know, build his shit by any means necessary. And he'll do that by being a little weasel. Like that was very clear from the divorce. Who the fuck gets a divorce and then tries to parlay it into a YouTube career? Very few men, and they're all elder millennials. Yeah, Josh is more likely to throw his back out walking to Adam than actually fighting. Imagining Diesel walking outside with that thing because this bear is outside. I don't bring the bar with me. The bar is there for the door. Because it creates a fucking triangle, the fucking strongest shape. Diesel, who'd you prefer to break your door in a forest? A bear or a man? A bear, I guess. There's really... Listen, if a man or a bear are breaking down my door, it's a life or death scenario either way. It doesn't matter who is on the other side of the door. It matters what I have in my other side of the door.
Was Colleen manipulating you and stuff like this? And you're in my comments messaging exactly how she used to message, making fun of the fans?
I'm too old for this. This is like, you guys see those tweets where they're like, oh, you know, there's a whole divergent different universe that people are living. And it's like somebody opening up a fucking random blind box Nido. And I was like, what the fuck is a Nido? And apparently for like 4 months, everybody's been really about these squishy cubes. Like this feels like I'm experiencing a different side of the universe. And I'm supposed to know about it, but I don't. So like, I don't know, man. People have threatened me before. Scary people. Very scary. And I've just gone, all right, man, let's see you try. I don't know. Like,
but you're doing it as like a threat to me?
the fuck is a Nido? No, it's spelled NEE-DOH. Nido. They're like the dumplings. Have you seen that? The Nidos and the dumplings? Dude, Nidos and dumplings go crazy on the playground. Okay. Who are you people? Why are you obsessed? How could you not be obsessed with Nido? It's a cube. Hold on, let me pull up a Nido. Here. This one is worth explaining.
If you get bored during long car rides like I do, then I super duper recommend this Nido Nice Cube. It's a super satisfying fidget toy. I don't know why I thought mushing it up against my camera would look really cool, but here's that.
Okay, this has to be AI because this feels like this feels like I'm actually frying the neurons in my brain.
After a long car ride, we finally made it to our destination, and I wanted to show you that after
The
squeezing
concept of a grown woman being like, I get bored on long car trips. Here's my baby sensory toy. What?
it for 2 hours straight, it still returns to its original.
Me and my autistic son wife on the car trip to the beach.
Original cube shape. Luckily, you can wash this easily because I accidentally dropped it in the sand. If you get bored during long
I can't judge. I had a chew toy. And you need an autism diagnosis. Okay. Well, you know what? It's good that you are. But, you know. Oh, my God. Stimming on the beach. Dude, I love... I knew there would be a video like this. Dude. Dude, the Nido situation. Trend follower, final boss. Let's do the same thing, but for dumplings. Hold on. Hold on. Blind box dumplings. Guys, we're doing blind box dumplings. Here we go. Let's see what comes up. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Unboxing the biggest viral mystery dumpling. You know, it just smells like all kinds of cancer-inducing plastics in that video. The viral mystery dumplings, the worst trend ever. Is this your niche? Hold on. I need to this seems like this is this girl's niche. I need to take a look at her channel. I'm very curious. This is it is. It is really it is that. Dude, I really like you guys don't get it, okay? Because I'm quote unquote commentary, but this is the commentary that most people watch, okay? The X situation is why, and it's just some person sitting in an unfurnished studio apartment complaining about a micro trend on TikTok and making hella bank. I love how you're already bored with the Adam versus Josh. Well, my entire like thought process of is this Josh guy should be thrown off of a. Probably can't say that. I don't know. I've said enough on the stream, but you know. I mean, yeah, like I is Adam going to wax philosophical about that message for the next 11 minutes, or excuse me, the next 6 minutes or so?
Sorry, I'm just like reading the response here. Like everyone is shocked. Like
I don't know why you would be shocked. I don't know how you could follow the story, even on like a tertiary, like catching up the speed. I know that I have like the cursed knowledge of like noticing the event has happened already, but everything about this guy says that he doesn't have a single like honest bone in his body. So like, why would you even talk to him? I would not want this guy anywhere near me. I wouldn't have gone to see him in the past, and I wouldn't have vouched for him in any other scenario, or even like him being on the Swoop documentary. I would tell like he has something that he wants something from it. Just skip to Josh's vid. Is that the next one? Hold on. Everything's lagging.
Okay, hello.
he's 40 responses to this of people going, "You're 42 and you're doing this to a 23-year-old who was a minor when everything initially happened. You've made such a point of."
Oh my god. So blah blah blah. I'm trying to figure out where is this Josh video. Hold on. I need to just look up this guy's channel. An adult minor. A former minor. I'm not even broaching that fucking subject today on stream. We do not have time for all this shit. There is like an internet that is a I don't have the time. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. Oh boy. Adam McIntyre, it didn't have to come to this.
All right, hi. If you
Okay. I don't know if it's just is this just a byproduct of millennials? Is this a millennial thing? We need to normalize interior decoration of a home. We really do. I'm tired of walking into a video because I don't walk into many homes. It's because the bare arm bars there stops me. I'm tired of clicking on videos and seeing all of these unfurnished white walls. Guys, it's usually in your lease. You can repaint the fucking walls. Please, please. Do something. Put up some fucking accents. Make the wall interesting. Do a little bit with your home. Redecorate a bit. Okay? God damn, add a little something something.
Excuse me, Brian. Hi. If you're clicking on this video,
Dude, he's literally recording on like a fucking on like a tape recorder, brother.
and you're not subscribed to me, and you are not typically invested in like drama content, YouTuber gossip stuff. That's what this video is about. I just wanted to say that at the very beginning. You have been warned, but genuinely, you are more than welcome to stay here and watch.
Real talk. Did this guy get hair plugs? Because he has a great hairline for a 43-year-old man.
Just know that this has no real relevancy in the scope
There's
of
3
what it is.
cats.
Let's get straight into it. Number 1.
4
May 14th.
cats.
Let's get into the
This motherfucker got a lot of cats.
timeline. May 14th, I received an email from a documentary crew, and I was at work. May 14th, okay? May 14th, I got the email. My initial reaction was I was scared, I panicked, anxiety, like a lot of stuff. And I was like, why would they want to make this? Like, everything has been said. Well, not everything has been said, but it's been covered a lot. I had all the same type of thoughts, questions that most of you would have. And I just thought, oh man, not again. Here we go again. 2026. It's happening all over again. And then I started to think to myself, well, the responsible thing to do would be to at least hear them out and see where their head's at.
Okay, it would at least be to see where the... Okay. Well, there's 20 minutes of this video, so I assume that you felt that it was worth it, because of course you did.
Because every single time I have not been involved in someone telling the story, it's really done so much damage to me in my life. And so I thought I got to at least hear them out, see what it is that they're...
At a certain point, if this is like a byproduct of like the story keeps getting retold forever, you gotta kind of just let it go and let entropy take the wheel, you know? Either you're like the person with the content of character, or you're like a cretin, you know? And at a certain point, you can't just be there for every single fucking video.
We're talking about. So I did. Sometime after the 14th, maybe a day or two later, we hopped on a call with a few of them, and the call went well. They told me on May 14th, 15th, 16th that I was the first person they reached out to. That's what they told me. And I thought to myself,
I bet the producers say that to everyone, man. Okay.
my ego goes, I'm never considered first in this situation.
Oh my god. Okay.
I can't believe someone would even value me like that, aside from Swoop. And the meeting went well. Nothing was on the record. The narrative has not been established. Just conversations. But in talking with them, they started to paint a picture like what they were going to do was not just the stuff that has been covered, and it has been covered very well. They think there's a bigger conversation to be had. And I was intrigued with that idea and thought. A bigger conversation when it comes to fandoms.
A bigger conversation when it comes to fandoms. What does that even mean in this regard?
What they're capable of, the people within them, how it affects
what
people.
a fandom is capable of. Look, man, I can admit that there are points when fandoms or communities go too far. We've heard that. We've been doing that with the Amazing Digital Circus, but like, in what world are they the active participants in the Colleen Ballinger story? They're like the victims. They're on the receiving end. They don't do the actions.
Through the lens of this fandom. And again, it was just an idea. Nothing is...
The fandom, yeah, dude. The 8-year-olds really go crazy.
anything yet. And when we were talking, obviously...
I am so fucking befuddled by that angle. It's specifically with this. Like, I could see that being an angle. I could even see the canceling being an angle. But seeing it in that angle makes no sense because of the active party members of this.
got brought up, Adam. And I said, oh, Adam and I are super close.
Yeah, they bullied him during the divorce. Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's bad. I'm not even saying that's, like, not fucked, man. But, like, I feel like there are better ways to do that documentary. Like, if I was doing that documentary, I wouldn't start there, right? Like, you could start with Swifties or, like, K-pop, something that has more zhuzh, you know? Something that has a little bit more zhuzh there.
When it comes to this stuff, Adam and I are super close. And hold off, let me reach out to him, and let it come from me, because I'm thinking I'm the first one. Adam and I are cool. I'm just gonna reach out and be like, hey, I've actually talked to them, and they don't sound, like a red flag yet. So I reached out to Adam and I DM'd him and explained things, and I was excited, wanted to see what he thought, and I didn't get a response from Adam. I didn't take offense to that. Adam's busy, Adam's popular, Adam has a lot of DMs. So when I had another meeting with them, again, we've had maybe 3 tops. The next meeting, they're like, what's up with Adam? I was like, he hadn't responded, but he's busy, I defended you, I talked you up. I was like, he's so all over the place with work. He's doing the thing right now. Sorry, excuse me. My apologies. I should not have done that. It's not funny enough. And now I've lost my train of thought. And then the next thing I know, Adam, I see you post a live stream where you're talking about Rachel reacting to something. And in that live stream that you posted on your channel, you teased that someone had contacted you about a documentary, and then you immediately laid into the idea, like viciously.
Yeah. That's his prerogative, man. No shit. After having a single conversation with Adam where Adam was like, no, you were like, he just needs more convincing. What? You're not even making money from this, bro. Like you don't know. You're taking all this risk as a manager, but you're getting nothing. Nothing.
For all the reasons maybe I would have even said, but you just came out and said it. And you were like, I don't know if I should be talking about this. Maybe my mom will text me and stop me. Like it's a game. Like it's a game or something. And then you proceeded to talk about it. And the more you talked about it, Adam, the more you alluded to me.
Well, yeah, he didn't even try. Let's be real.
Especially
there was like 4 or 5 people it could have been. And he was like, it's not these 3.
when you got to the part where you're like, and then he said, we can do this together, bro. I saw your live stream comments. Josh.
And so then I decided to confirm it.
Ew, Josh, ew, really? That's disgusting. Josh, oh my God, that's gross. Josh. You know what you were doing. You know exactly what you were doing. And what did I do in response to that? I wrote a very thought out message to you and I put it as a comment. And then I sent that message over.
That was a really thought out message. What do you have, fucking 2 brain cells, brother? What are you fucking talking about? What? A thought out message? What, you were just saying things. That is not what that was. His tone is not helping his case. Yeah. No. He could have been like, yeah, you brought up like the things he's saying in this video. He could have put that in a thought out comment that he was saying that he was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking the same things as you. I guess since everybody has said that it was me, yeah, I am the one who reached out. And Adam brings up those good points, but I see it like this, and then present his points. And then it would still be a problem, but then it's not the like the message was not thought out. Like you weren't thinking, okay? You were mad that Adam instantaneously was like, it's Josh, okay? Because you were annoyed that Adam brought you into it publicly immediately, all right? Honestly, Adam should know what to say, right? If he's cool with saying that it's you, sure. But like, just know that maybe, I don't know, maybe then don't fucking talk to Adam, right? If Adam seems to have like incredibly loose lips and you were hoping for some silence, then you got to remove yourself from Adam. I will say this, from what I have seen of Adam, he seems like a yapper, all right? And if he's a yapper, probably wouldn't tell him my grocery list because then it's going to be everybody's business.
To your DM because I don't know where you're going to see it because you You don't respond to me. You don't look at me. My stuff.
Why would he want anything to do with you? In what universe would he want anything to do with you? We're not the main character of his life.
Because apparently you saw that I wrote to you. You saw that I reached out to you.
Yeah, how could Adam, the T channel, talk about this like a T channel normally talks about things? No fucking shit.
And then you chose not to respond, chose not to engage, and just chose to have a massive negative opinion and then broadcast it. Not only in the stream, but then on the post. You posted it. And I didn't understand what was going on. Because I'm like, Adam and I have been cool. Adam and I have been chill.
This guy is so coworker core. This is the most coworker human ever. This guy must have been hella annoying at Coachella. You just know that this guy has quite the rap sheet in the HR department.
And why is he showing so much hostility, so much anger, so much vitriol?
What fraternity were you a part of, Josh? I bet you were the sensitive young man in your fraternity, huh? I bet when you guys had those big old fucking frat parties, you were the asshole with the fucking acoustic guitar, right?
It shocked me. It really, truly shocked me.
All right, dude, I'm sorry. I am going into this assuming that this is literally none of their first rodeos. So why are these people acting like it's their first time on the internet? Adam included, right? But this guy is in his 40s and he's acting like it's his first day living, okay?
I left that message, which I will read, by the way, because I think
I'm willing to give Adam grace as a 23-year-old adult, okay? I am not willing to give grace to fucking Johnny Pension over here.
Sometimes you like to rewrite history like someone else I know, because I saw
like someone else you know. Are we gonna do that? Are we gonna do that? Seriously, guy, listen. You gotta talk this out with your therapist, because bringing the baggage of the ex-wife to a 23-year-old on the internet is insane.
Where you mentioned this comment, Adam, and you were like, and then Josh had the balls to come and say this stuff about me and point fingers and and then he was like, oh man, I'm really gonna go in like you don't even know what I'm holding back. Why are you doing that? Why? We've been fine with each other. Why are you doing that?
Why are you so surprised that Adam teased that it was you when that's not out of the realm of possibility for a T channel? Why are you treating it like you're friends with this person that you were clearly never friends with? Why are you treating it like this is like some buddy thing? You guys have a tangential relationship through like an awful human being, but you're treating it like you guys had to be homies. If I have an interaction with somebody who's terrible, I don't need to be their friend afterwards. That's weird. Like, what?
And you triple down, you double triple down. You start to talk about the people that are involved and how despicable the reasoning would be for someone to do that, alluded to that type of thing. And you know damn well, Adam, that the people that were included so far, just having conversations, no one has signed on, was my wife and people very, very, very close to me that are not like public people. So you were talking directly about my crew publicly after I thought we were.
How would he know that? Literally, Adam knew nothing. So why are you treating it like... Why you're doing the same thing that fucking Richie did. Dude, Richie just did this. I know drama YouTuber compares drama to another drama thing is something that they do all the time, but literally Richie did this where it was like, Riley made my wife had a miscarriage. You have a wife? She had a miscarriage? What are you talking about? What? We're supposed to feel bad? How is she supposed to know? And literally this guy's doing it again where it's like, only the people that were being talked to are people from my crew, my wife, my friends and family. The documentary was talking to your friends and family? Did we talking to your wife? Why? Why are you telling us that, first of all? But then second of all, how would Adam know? What does he have, fucking precog? No, he's not married to Colleen anymore.
Cool.
They
For 6
divorced.
years. I was wrong.
Oh, I thought we were cool for 6 years. First of all, Adam is 23. What were you, driving him to fucking Little League games? What are you talking about? Is Diesel's audio? No, his audio is fucked up. This is literally just what the video sounds like.
That comment, by the way. I'll put it on the screen. Adam, I just watched this, and honestly, I'm really disappointed by the way you chose to approach.
Okay, wait a second. Notice how it says edited. Notice how it says edited. Is this from the second video?
This whole thing. You know damn well people knew exactly who you were talking about. You presented the entire documentary situation with a lot of anger and certainty, despite not having the full context, and then
it is so abundantly clear to me why someone would be not happy about a documentary being made about this. Is that I talk about this all the time with YouTube videos, where it's like, if you're gonna make videos like this, some people are gonna get hurt. You gotta gauge whether or not it's okay to hurt people versus the importance of the video. You gotta be able to think about this. You know, it's like duh.
Encouraged a negative reaction from your audience. What makes it even more frustrating is that I genuinely wanted to talk with you about it beforehand and get your perspective. I reached out and you never responded.
Can we see those messages, Josh? I feel like if I knew what you said to Adam in private, that would change the dynamic of how I feel about this. Because right now, all I'm seeing is that, like, you're trying to, like, manic pixie manipulate a 23-year-old.
If you had, you know I have plenty of doubts and concerns myself. Yes, I was excited about the possibility of this becoming something positive, but nothing is finalized, and I've never treated it as a done deal. What bothers me most is that this could have been a conversation. I mean, you could have simply replied and said, I think this is a terrible idea. You're very honest. You speak your opinion all the time. You could have told me that, because we had built up that rapport, and I would have listened because I respect you and value your opinion. Instead, we are here again. I'm asking you directly. Please respond to me. Talk to me, not about me. Bro, don't know why I would throw bro in there. You're not paying attention. Edit to add. This is when I started noticing that you were not letting up. You were going in.
No, so I think this is from the second video. We've almost we've serendipitously skipped over that little nugget of comedy, which I do not think is a mistake at all.
I said you're literally making content about them.
Why does he owe you that though? Yeah.
Now, with thousands of people watching, but tell others not to? How dare they potentially make a doc and then proceeds to make more videos about the same thing? Is it only okay for you? I guess.
Oh my god, this guy is such a fucking ham. What an absolute fucking crack-ass jabroni. Oh god. I can't believe what he's doing. He just wants revenge. This smug ass. This smug ass Wonderwall head ass. Oh my god.
To have such a confident take without even speaking to them. Wow. Getting sloppy.
Why are you even, you are such a fucking dweeb. You're such a fucking, wow, getting sloppy. Brother, are you fucking kidding me? Why are you, listen, if it's not a done deal for you, why are you standing so hard on it? Unk. What are you on about?
I'm appalled at you, brother. That's what I said. And then in the very next video,
dude, listen, it drives me insane. Like, if a guy under the age of 60 calls you pal, he wants to fight you. Okay? If this guy calls you bro, he is demeaning to you. He's trying to put him down. He is calling him bro with the same intonation that like a guy calls another guy pal with an intent to harm his ego. Okay?
You doubled down again, and what did you do this time, Adam? You brought my wife into it, who has never once deserved any ounce of negativity from anyone, from this fandom, from the fandom before. For you to bring her into it, it showed me something. That I
Hey,
have been
well,
wrong.
you know what, man? It's your second marriage that gets to be publicly litigated. So honestly, I think you're ready for it this time. Yeah, Adam, in fact, did not know that.
Wrong about you. And something snapped in me when that happened. I remember like this anxiety wave hitting me, thinking like, it's happening again.
It's happening again. I'm gonna get a divorce.
I see his comments. I see them coming after me. It's 2026. How in the world is this happening again? Why is he conducting all of this when it could have just been a conversation? I fell to my knees, sobbing.
You fell to your knees, sobbing. It was you on the floor of your kitchen, between the marble-topped island and your Samsung smart fridge, on your fake wood floor, as your 40 cats all proceed to come around you, and you screamed at the top of your lungs, "Why, bro? Why? We could have been doing something together, bro. Like alpha males." This guy feels like the Deep. Is it wrong of me to say that this man feels like the Deep?
I don't cry.
Shut up. This guy's the Deep. There's no fucking way that you just said that. I can't. I thought we were tight, bro. That was before you had me blow up a pipeline, killing 3 billion fish, bro.
Often, especially since my dad died. And the sounds that came out of me while I was on the floor.
Are you? I can't. I can't. There's no finding. There's no way to be a grown man on the internet and say this and not sound like the most outrageous clown. Okay? You can't talk about this. You can't do this. The only time I want to hear about a man his age crying is because somebody he loves died.
Hands, knees. I've never heard those sounds.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Dude, Johnny Wonderwall here had his hand on the fucking gun, dude. What the fuck? Oh, God.
I don't know if it was. Well, I do know what it was. Pamela was there, holding on, crying, and all I kept saying was,
Dude, it was like a fucking Renaissance painting. This couple in their beautiful 3-story ranch home crying. It's happening in the kitchen now, okay? It's just where it's happening.
do this again. I can't do this again. I can't make it this time. I won't make it this time. You don't deserve this.
You won't make it this time, bro. You cannot be serious. You cannot be serious. He did edit the original Sunflower comment. That's crazy. Oh.
You don't deserve this, Pamela.
So a 23-year-old talks about a documentary that you haven't agreed to do, and your entire like meltdown at this comes from him teasing that you're the one he talked to about it. Are you fucking serious? You were on the brink of ending it all because of that? Brother, I think that you might be unequipped for this. I actually think you might need a safer job at the the hug box factory. I'm chopped.
And eventually, the sobs stopped. The feeling slowly dissipated. And a few hours later, something happened that I wasn't expecting. That has never happened in my entire life. But I realized that you didn't break me. That moment was not like the end or I've hit rock bottom, which I have been to so many times.
Uh-huh.
I realized I'm free. You can say that's corny, right? You freed me. Because there was
Dude, this is crazy. You could have just taken MDMA like a normal white person and gotten to the same conclusion.
part of me that still hoped for the goodness in you, for the goodness in people, and you deciding to make content.
This is the kind of guy who would say that he read Infinite Jest and never opened up Infinite Jest a day in his life.
Rather than just communicate like an adult. You decided to make content, make money, which is what you've always done.
Oh my god. Cry me a river. We all float down here, you fucking corny bitch.
At Kevin's.9785 became a member. At Kevin's.9785 celebrates 28 months of membership. Been a
Damn.
member for over 2 years. Heart emoji.
Oh
you
my
platonically.
gosh. Oh, platonically. Okay. That can always change when you think about it. It is Pride Month, Kevin.
Then I tell you, no, this is awkward. I'll see you at VidCon. Sunflower, bro.
This guy is like the real life version of the Deep. Everything, this is so deep coded.
Still got to see each other. We're gonna run into each other, man. And then what do? Shocker. You made more content
Oh my god.
saying that I threatened you. So now that we're onto this subject, I'd like to paint a picture for you. This is for everyone. This
Like
isn't
paint a picture for you. The violin music starts playing.
actually to you, Adam. This is to everyone. Follow along with me now. Let's go and look at the facts. Up until about a handful of days ago, I've never been cross with Adam. I've never bullied Adam. I've never said ill
You
things.
definitely bullied him in this, if we want to be talking brass tacks. But also, in this entire fucking video is outrageous.
About Adam. I've never, championed a hate campaign against Adam. I've never, celebrated as I saw his depression getting worse. I never took that as like a success that, I had accomplished causing depression in a stranger. I have never done any of those things. But Adam, you have.
For him, dude, again, we all float down here. We're all somebody's biggest enemy, okay? What are we talking about? What are we doing? Oh, yeah, Adam, you brought me to the brink.
You have. You've done those things. 10 years. Not me. I've never been in the fight. Ow. I don't have the control that you do.
What are you talking about? Yeah, he would have been a child. Was it? You're telling me that Adam McIntyre, in between doing his like 8th grade algebra, was hurting your feelings? Dude, you have taxes. What are you fucking on about?
You have a big following. They're engaged. They really care about your content. They care about you. You have so much power. You have so much control. And I don't have that power. I don't. The only power I have.
I don't have that power. The adult in a situation talking to a minor. What are you talking about, bro?
Is over you. I knew you were going to make content out of that.
You knew? Oh my god, this guy is so felted. This is actually so fucking funny. Dude, Adam McIntyre can be as hammy and theatrical as he wants, brother. This guy is going to take home the Oscar. Oh my god. This clown. This absolute show-stopping performance, dude.
knew you were going to be dramatic. I knew you were going to be hateful, spiteful. I knew you were going to use it. And then I also knew that communities just like you were going to pick the story up too. You make parasocial clout garbage.
Oh my god, you are so felted. This guy is such an absolute fucking felted buffoon.
That's all you make. I feel foolish, but you gotta.
You know, you starlighters, you just make parasocial content, bro. You know, Starlight just gets on Instagram and talks about women's rights, but she's just putting down men, bro. It's just slop. And then Noir hits the button where it's like, preach.
Learn sometime. I feel foolish because why would I think that the 12-year-old that bullied me relentlessly
Dude. Uh-huh. Okay. So, how much of like a loser do you have to be in your 30s, bullied by a 12-year-old? There's no, I don't care about the opinions of a 12-year-old, but you apparently cared so much that you've remembered the fact that you were bullied by a 12-year-old a decade ago. I have negative interactions every week. I don't remember them. What are you on about?
grew up to be a good person when it comes to me, at least. You didn't change who you were. You just
First of all, he's 23. Okay. I don't want a 23-year-old minor it. But 23 is a really different place to be in your life than 40. Okay. In the same way that being 25 is different than being in your early 20s. And fucking approaching the cusp of 30 is being... This guy is like... I don't even know how he says these things and doesn't think back to himself that it's the most insane thing. Like it's such... I know no other way to describe it than this guy is like the Deep.
changed your costume. Because what your content really exists within is petty drama, opinions, gossip, he said, she said, tabloid stuff.
Wow. Yeah, but you're one of those altruistic souls, right? I'm sorry, dude, but you got bullied by a child. I honestly, literally could not respect a person less. It is actually insane. Oh shit, he looks awful for his age. I don't think he looks bad for his age. That's I don't know about that. I think he looks... Have you guys seen... First of all, let me put this in perspective for you. We familiar with The Sopranos here? We watched The Sopranos. We know who James Gandolfini is, right? That's Tony Soprano. Tony Soprano was in his early 40s at the start of The Sopranos. Okay? I want you to look at that 40-year-old man versus this 40-year-old man. Okay? No. Okay, you guys don't watch Peak. What the fuck? This community needs to start watching television, bro. Tony's actor was hot. 10 out of 10. That's fucking bait. I don't know about that. Here. Here we go. This is the Sopranos family photo. There we go. That's all the actors. Oh my god. Isn't that crazy? I know it was like, the 90s, which was like a long time ago now, but it is really crazy how much hair the average 40-year-old has now versus back then. It's wild. Yeah, back then they would call him fat, but now he would have a dad bod. Yeah, just like the memes where everybody's like, this was comically fat in the 90s, blah, blah, blah. That's a picture of Homer Simpson on the scale.
Went from bullying to basically being like what, Perez Hilton?
Feeling called out right now? Okay. We just got to get the turkey, Q. We just got to get the turkey.
Modern day, when you were 12, you were leading an army of other young people to rip down the confident.
When you were 12, you were leading an army. Are we for real right now? You got so you didn't just get bullied by one 12-year-old. You got bullied by an army of 12-year-olds. Okay, got it.
And self-worth.
Dude, we got fucking Adam McIntyre. You sure it isn't Alexander the Great? Actually, dude. Dude, Hannibal over here apparently has been making drama content in the next life.
Of a stranger, because the monster that you served wanted you to.
The monster that you served? That's crazy.
When I was 12, I was playing baseball.
When It's official, guys. Millennials have finally entered their era of back in my day. It's happened. Back in my day, I used to be playing baseball. And now what are the kids doing? Making hate mobs to bully grown adults.
Terribly. I wasn't good. I was playing.
So you sucked at baseball as a child too? Dude, you might actually be the biggest loser ever. Bro could not hit a ball going 20 miles an hour.
Baseball. Watching X-Men cartoons.
Watching X-Men cartoons? Oh my god. You're old. You're old. You're about 10. You're old. You don't watch the Among Us TV show. You hate keto. You're bad. You're cringe.
We're different, Adam. We've always been different.
We're different. Wow. This is actually the funniest shit ever. This guy is actually he's such a loser.
And I have always tried to see the good in people. And you have taught me to stop doing that. That moment when I was on the floor, you taught me to stop caring.
So you needed to cry on the floor so loudly the noises that were coming out of your mouth did not resemble human speech in order to reach the conclusion that you shouldn't care what a stranger thinks about you, and you're 40? Dude, you were supposed to go through that life experience a decade ago. That should have happened when you were being bullied by a child. You should have realized it then. It took you 10 extra years to reach that conclusion. I think he might be really good at bullying people then.
You see, Adam, you almost had me.
Wow. Well, yeah, I think he has you all right. I think he has you. You might actually be an absolute dweeb. I don't even know how to describe you. You're so pathetic. You're so uniquely pathetic. Why does he talk like a drama villain? He does. He does. He does talk like a drama villain. Like I said, he's gonna get an Oscar for this performance.
You were so close. I've been so close to the edge so many times. More and more as time has gone on. Darker and darker. I've been to the edge.
You've been to the edge. Yeah, buddy, so have I, but you don't see me getting any roses for it.
And Adam, you didn't win. What I am going to do is have fun. You know, the way
Oh my
I see it,
gosh.
you have made thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars off of me, my face, my name.
JG is now a member of Poggies. Yeah, this is Sephiroth posting. I wasn't sure if it was Sephiroth posting. But it's like if here's the thing, it can't be Sephiroth posting because this guy's like, I'm just a little baby. I'm a little baby who was bullied. Sephiroth wouldn't do that. He'd be like, I'm the best who ever was, and you will always be shit, and I am the one who knocks, and yada yada. Like Sephiroth has like aura. This guy is like an aura void. Okay, like I'm worried if I stand too close to Wonderwall Josh over here that it's gonna suck away my aura.
My story, my trauma that you played up hard
This is Ganondorf beefing with the 10-year-old hero of time.
in, my brother. You've made
This guy is actually, dude. There's no way that you just did that. Oh my god. Oh, you're so fucking dorky. He's an aura vampire. Yeah. My brother. Whoop whoop. Listen, buddy. Don't you have a grocery store run to do in your minivan? Okay. Why are you trying to like sympathy bait a 23-year-old who can't stand you?
so much money. And then you said, you know, leave me alone, Joshua David Evans. Leave Brittany alone. Leave me alone.
Did you can't. This guy is dating himself to no end. Leave Brittany alone. You can't. I'm sorry, but 2026 is a different universe, and we have completely recontextualized and enhanced our understanding on Leave Brittany Alone. Okay? Honestly, many people would agree with the sentiment these days. This is what it feels like when a millennial tries to flirt with me. They aren't that old, but they make themselves older when they talk. A millennial only sounds old because really Gen Z and millennials have experienced the same internet in a lot of ways, right? But like, you only become old when you start doing back in my day shit. When you do back in my day stuff, then you're old. I can't wait for me in a future stream to be like, back in my day.
Joshua David Evans. And my response to that, Adam, is okay, I'll leave you alone once I'm done responding to every single thing you've ever said about me.
Uh-huh.
And as
What a smug little dweeb.
for people on Reddit and in the comments and fans of Adam and other drama channels, I want you to know that
Yeah, unironically, the cats are like reducing his level of aura. Like, I love a cute cat, but like the only way that you look threatening as a man with a cat is if you're sitting in a big leather chair and you have like a suit and you're like, you know, petting the cat, and you're smoking a cigar or something, or you have an eye patch and you're just Dr. Evil. You know, it only works if you're Dr. Evil.
My Instagram story was for you.
Bro has the words Harry Potter somewhere in his Tinder bio. Dude, millennials don't even say that they're INFTP anymore, okay? They just say they're Hufflepuff and call it a day.
I knew you would think I was spiraling. I knew you would think
You're spiraling.
maybe I was drinking again. Reddit, sober, by the way. No alcohol for me.
Wow, that's so great. That's so great. You're also chopped because you don't drink. That's crazy. Haha, you're fucking recovering alcoholic.
Decided, let's have some fun. This won't seep into your heads for like 99% of you, but I'm going to say it anyway. The more you leave comments on my page,
The more powerful you become. Is that what you're about to say? You're going to say that it gives you like the strength to carry on. Please tell me that it makes you feel better.
and on Reddit and pick me apart, analyze me, say you're disappointed in me, say that I'm embarrassing, say that I'm too old, say all
You're embarrassing and too old. You are categorically those things. Okay, if I got a room of 12 strangers, I don't know why I picked 12. I'm gonna my 12 apostles. All right, I'm gonna have my 12 apostles judge you. All right, and they are going to judge you as old and cringe.
all of you that spend all of that time, all of that energy towards me, I want you to know that now, because of what Adam did truly, and I do mean this, it is so validating to see negative comments.
It's so validating to see negative comments. Really? Really? Oh, they mean nothing to you? Oh,
From you guys. It's freeing.
the council has decided. You're washed.
It's like the monster, the parasocial gossip content monster guy. And you are the little dementors who wait.
Yeah, he was just on his ex-wife's snark Reddit. You know, in some respects, I can understand going on your snark Reddit. But to go on your ex-wife's snark Reddit, now that's rough.
Instructions on who to be upset at, who to go hate on, who to rally behind. You spend so much time valuing
You
that
actually
stuff.
cited Harry Potter. I didn't even clock it. What did he say?
Who wait for instructions on who to be upset at, who to go hate on, who to rally behind. You spend so much time valuing that stuff.
I can't believe the Dementors thing. No, dude, he's just a quirk chungus millennial who enjoyed Tumblr back in the day. Dude, he did the quizzes. He figured out which house he'd be in Harry Potter, and then he enjoyed a lot of his X-Men cartoons and his Saturday morning cartoons as a kid. And he would watch it's another millennial thing. You'd watch Malcolm in the Middle. I don't know. That's like an early 2000s thing, right? Dude, he was on AIM back in the day, and he never experienced anything like this. He just used to talk to strangers on AIM, and everybody was so nice.
Bullying behavior, gossip stuff, things
the Green Ranger always told me to be confident in myself.
that have no merit, while the world is insanely destructive, sad, heartbreaking. It always has been, but now, with everything that's happening, with everything.
Listen, I know things are a little crazy right now, but I feel like any person who is an adult who is aware of the political situation at current time says that about their current time. I don't think it's unique to say that about current time when you live in current time and are an adult that knows about it. Because I thought everything was fucking peachy keen when I was 10. Turns out it was the great financial crisis.
That is happening right now.
Somehow EHD is going to be included in this drama. Yeah, this is approaching. What is Ethan Klein's opinion on this, and can we have Hassan have the opposite opinion?
guys are doing that with your time. And I want you to know that when you do it, it makes me happy because to me, it's validating. To me, it's like saying, hey, that group of Trump supporters over there, I just heard they do not have a good opinion about you. I'd be like, hell yeah. Why would I want them to see highly, like, why would I want them to view me in a good light? I don't respect.
I don't understand why this grown man took so long to reach the conclusion that many of us reach much earlier in life. Is he like, was he an idiot?
He misses A/S/L on him. He wasn't on AIM.
Oh my god. Bro, he couldn't even get groomed on Yahoo Instant Messenger.
Them. They don't value the things I value. So they wouldn't value the humanity in me. So your comments and you analyzing me.
Dude, this guy's like, you know, life for me is just like Jubilee's Surrounded. You know, I really feel like I'm I really feel like I'm on Survivor right now.
Time to get paid. A lot of you will hear this and you're still going to do it. You're still going to say stuff. You're still going to huff and puff and make your comments, make your reaction videos, go on long spiels. I've read big things. I'm like, ooh.
I hope you watch
All
this
because of
reaction
Adam
video.
and his immature way.
I hope you do. What an unconfident old man. It is actually insane. Like I wouldn't even mention like his age if it didn't constantly keep coming up as like a bit. Like there's so many good bits that this guy produces by sheer cringiness. I don't know how you, like, if you are a grown man and you as a 40-year-old man show this video to your other 40-year-old man friends, they should tell you that you're fucking like insane. Like somebody in your life should tell you that this is not appropriate. Like, I don't know.
Of handling something. That wasn't even a final thing.
This guy has a real answer for how many kindergartners you could take in a fight.
And sometimes in life, rather than saying, oh, the cards you dealt me, that's not fair. I don't want to play this game. Arrgh. You dealt me a really crappy hand, man. And now I'm going to play with those cards.
You dealt, okay, all right. Well, I don't want to, dude, hell hath no fury like a performative millennial straight white man.
The difference.
Dude, I guarantee you this guy pulled some serious feminism shit to get some pussy in college. Dude was reading feminist theory trying to pull a baddie. You just know it.
Is though. I'm not going to play like you. So how does this all end? To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know. I have tried to control so many things in my life. I've cared so much about what everyone thinks. If they believe me, if they value me, if they see my intentions. To live a life without needing those things is new for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope you can find that too. So you can't chew on that, buddy. My mama gave that to me. All right, everyone. I don't have an outro because this ain't a performance. It's about time to.
Well, you know, you're kind of calling yourself out there by saying that, right? Let's be real. You know, it's a performance. You keep assuming this man went to college. He probably became a YouTuber instead. There was no way to make money when he was in... He's too old, dude.
Playing the litter boxes anyway. So, alrighty.
He would have been in his mid-20s by the time YouTube was able to give you a paycheck. That was fucking hilarious. That was fucking hilarious. He was like an OG YouTuber with his ex-wife. Well, you know, think about it like this. He could either go down this like cringe woke guy path, or he could become Tobuscus and say that white power is super amazing. By the way, that is what Tobuscus is talking about these days.
I've had a lot of time to think.
You're such a fucking manic. This is the world's first male manic pixie manipulator. It's crazy.
Since yesterday, and I'm just gonna come out and say it. Adam McIntyre, I owe you a big apology. You know, I took a step back, reflected on myself and the whole situation, and I saw how you were talking about it, how you were covering it.
Can I just say this once? I'm shocked this guy is straight. Well, you know, I'm glad that you're the first one that said this. I feel like I've been teasing it, but yeah, me too. I could say the same thing about Ned Fulmer, though. You know, is it just like a type of guy? Is this just like a type of guy? Is this like the straight theater guy? Is that what that is? Is this the straight theater guy? I need my girly pops to sign off in chat who are also theater related. Dude, is it? Because I feel like, you know, there's some like, you know, idea here. He's that one teacher that has a wife. He definitely used the term metrosexual at some point to describe himself. Guy who puts heteroflexible in his dating profile in case he sees a hot non-binary. They have just enough. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm doing the I saw a tweet thing again, but this is what I do. I saw a tweet where a guy was like, you can't be like a macho man to get girls anymore. It doesn't really work. And then a guy quote tweeted him and he's like, yeah, you got to be like a little gay, but not that kind of gay. And that was the only tweet. And that was all he said. And then somebody was like, what do you mean by that kind of gay? And then his response was, you got to be a little effeminate, but you can't have the voice. And I read that and I went, fuck, he's right. Like, gosh, yeah, it's true. Sorry, you got me. You got me. It's true, guys. That's why the performative male does so well. Oh, shit. I also saw another one. I know we were talking about dating on the, like a last stream. But somebody, I always said, like, you can tell by the way a girl looks at you that she likes you, right? And some of you were like, well, what if I don't know how to make fucking eye contact, Diesel? I got it. All right. Here's how you know if a girl likes you. Aside from that, they give you the look. They like stare at you. Girls, you just need to be more open. Okay. You need to just be like, I think you're hot. Would you like to go on a date? You got to do it. Usually now guys just aren't doing that because they're trying to, you know, make women feel safe. More guys that I know don't ask women out, not because they don't like women, but because they're trying to like really try to make sure that they don't make a woman feel uncomfortable in any space, right? There's a lot of that. But here's how you know, fellas, if a chick likes you. Okay, here it is. You exist in a space, right? This is like your space, right? That's the space that you hang out in. If a girl goes out of her way to spend time with you, her free time with you in that space, there's a good chance that she has a crush on you. Okay? Especially if it's like she just drops by to see you and there's really like no reason for her to be there. She's going out of her way to see you. Right? Because what the ladies will do, this is for fellas only, all the ladies close their eyes. I mean, all the ladies close their ears, right? What they do is that they don't like say that they like you, but they just keep going out of their way to be in the same space as you and hope that you pick up on the look, right? So if they're coming into the same space as you to spend time around you and they enjoy your company and then they give you the look, that's how you know. Okay, you can just sense it in your bones, but you'll pick up on it if it happens a few times. Or they'll straight up tell you they like you. Not enough are doing that, okay? Not enough are doing that. Women are like cats. That's Does this apply to lesbians? This is not the best I can do is straight men. That sounded wrong, but you know what I mean. But the on the other side of this, if you're like, I'm a girl and I go out, or I'm an NB and I go out and I don't get approached, more often than not, the guys aren't approaching because they are deathly afraid of being perceived as being like gross, right? Myself included. The concept of me walking up to a woman in a bar fills me with such immense dread because if you bomb the introduction to the interaction, you're like, that guy, sex pest. So, like, the stakes feel really high. At least as the initiator, right? As, like, a guy, I'm just like, well, if I do that and I don't knock it out of the park, I'm worried that they're going to think I'm crazy. Okay, how do I make them stop approaching, though? I hate them and they don't leave me alone. Men or women? Men, gun. Scream you're a feminist. Oh. Ay, ay, ay. The hello HR meme applies. There is a pretty privilege to this. Absolutely. 100%. There's definitely. Do men prefer if a woman is the initiator? I think it depends on the guy, but a lot of men I know that are single are like, I'm not going to do it anymore because, like, it's not like they're creepy or they're weird, but it's just like, they don't want to, like, oh, you're hanging out with your friends. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable with your friends. Like, there's a million and one excuses, right? And I know the alternative to that is just like, well, just do it anyway. If you're a guy and you bomb in front of like 6 women, you just go home. You just go home.
From the very beginning, and then how you're covering it now, especially how you're covering it now. And I realized I was so wrong about you and the people that enjoy your content.
It's really crazy how quick he switched up on this from this, like, literally it was a day. This guy made it 24 hours before immediately switching up.
I've had a lot of time to think since yesterday, and I'm just gonna come out and say it. Adam McIntyre, I owe you.
There definitely was, but I honestly can't be bothered. No, the apology is a parody, Diesel. Oh well, you know. I can't tell because his entire demeanor is the same way each time.
Apology. You know, I took a step back, reflected on myself and the whole situation, and I saw how you were talking about it, how you were covering it from the very beginning, and then how you're covering it now, especially how you're covering it now. And I realized I was so wrong about you and the people that enjoy your content. You have handled this with nothing but class, humility, and kindness. I can tell that everything that you do is rooted in...
Well, now I know that it's a bit, because that language is definitely bit language.
...genuinely wanting a positive outcome, and that you have good intent, and I don't know why I didn't see it before. Like, if I look at your content, the type of things that you fixate on and that you cover and you talk about, man, like, your heart is in the right place. Like, the things that you talk about truly matter in this world. Like, when I'm thinking about everything else that's going on in the world, and then I was like, oh, you know,
Put on brown contacts, you're making me uncomfortable. Oh my gosh.
you guys focus on the wrong things. You know, I went back and I looked at your content and I looked at the type of opinions you have, and especially about this, and I was like, that's it right there. I need to think more like Adam and how he perceives the situation. And I was wrong. You guys that follow him are...
Yeah, it's like he's so white, he's like piercing the veil, man.
so emotionally intelligent.
Dude, you were literally at the park. Calm down. Okay.
It's so obvious how you think.
Did this guy like pull over on the side of the road to do this video? Because it sounds like there's a highway there, actually.
Yourselves, you fully understand the situation that you're talking about, and that you guys are also rooted in...
Yeah, he looks like an Agarthan.
I don't know, that kind of source of like goodness. I can see it in every comment.
Is this guy literally, what is he doing? It sounds like you're at a construction site. What is going on?
Every Reddit post. So Adam, I just want to say, like, I'm sorry, man. I had Adam all wrong. He's telling this information and twisting it in a way that is so healthy and is so forthcoming of the purity of his soul and like how he wants this to all come about. It's oh, and the point that you made that we were never that close and that like I took that the wrong way. God, you're so right. I did. I took that the wrong way. I took you inviting me and Swoop over.
Kind of wonder if he's having a psychotic break or something. You think? Was like all this heavy machinery around him. I don't understand where he is. Where is this guy? Was that a forklift? Yeah, like
to spend time with you and your mom for hours. I received that as like we were on like cordial terms, that like if you reached out to me, I'd respond. You know, if I reached out to you, you would respond.
This video ends just with his car getting crushed by a dump truck.
I think I just took it and like, I don't know. It's like, oh my God, we had a good night and got really, you know, personal about all of our lives. I just took it the wrong way, man. I just took that as like, I don't know, like we could talk, and that was really lame of me. Cringy of me to do that. So every single thing that I'm seeing that you say.
At Clumsy Clara became a member. At Clumsy Clara
Oh my God,
celebrates 34 months of membership.
That's
Yay,
crazy.
I made it in time.
Just kind of like repositions my mind to go, dang, Josh was wrong. Adam's perspective is the only perspective that truly should be heard and absorbed, because clearly
Can he invest in some lighting, please? If this guy gets any brighter, we're going to lose the ability to see his face. All right.
Out of this equation, he is the one rooted
He's actually being towed right now.
in such a humble nature compared to me and everyone else that like bow down to you, man. Wow.
This guy is giving like youth pastor who does something a little evil.
So I'm so sorry, Adam. Genuinely. And I hope you know that. So my heart goes out to you and all of your amazing fans. And down below, I know you're gonna be like, you're gonna be doing what you've always been doing, proving me wrong and like filling the comment section up with love, positivity, awareness. Like, you're so self-aware. So just...
You're so self-aware. Does he know that the call is coming from inside the house? Does he know it's him? It's actually him who's chopped, who's not self-aware.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for showing me the truth.
This guy is not... This guy is quite the character. Quite the character. There's one more video.
Before this starts, I just want to say that I don't expect anybody to value me or what I'm about to say. I don't expect anyone to listen to me, truly. Regardless of that, this is my personal experience, and I've chosen to share it anyway, despite what the internet is telling me to do right now. So,
Which
May
is
14th,
log off.
3:21 p.m. You can pause this if you want to read the whole thing. As you can see in the corner there on the top right, I received this on...
At BuzzFeed Studios. Okay, I'm working with Haley Hayes, Vice President of Documentary at Ridley Scott's production company, Scott Free. An investigative research for Saki Cool to develop a documentary about what happened behind the scenes with Miranda Sings and Colleen Ballinger. Okay. During our research, we found your YouTube interview about what happened. So they watched a swoop video.
May 14th, and it's just your basic...
Why is this screenshot? It doesn't look unfake. It's just weird that he zoomed in on it like that. He edited it weird. Yeah, it's a BuzzFeed documentary, so this would just be on YouTube. What? I don't even know why. Where would this even go? Fucking Tubi? Now, actually, Tubi is a possibility. It's a concept of Ridley Scott being involved indirectly. Yeah. I gotta go take another piss from all the water I'm drinking. Okay. I gotta piss. I go piss. I'm back. Let's get this over with. God, this guy.
The kind of intro email. It's really similar to the one I'm sure you've already seen. They went on to say they found my interview and they wanted to talk to me. They wanted to get the story right. I mean, they were saying all the things that...
So this would have to be a BuzzFeed. So, like, the executive producers of the studio. So Scott Free is just like a production company. So they're just providing, like, the equipment and people. And then it would just end up on BuzzFeed or, like, HuffPo. Where would this go? Like, nowhere. This is not, like, bigger. We're saying, like, degrees of, like, more success, but it would not be more.
I wanted to hear at the time. May 15th, 12:34 a.m. And once again, if you want to pause, this is my long-winded response to them. I get very, very personal.
Now, this looks a little fake. I sat down tonight with my wife, Pamela. I'm really sorry if you're named Pamela. I hope there's no chatters named Pamela. Let's see. Something in my gut tells me this could really end up being a blessing in disguise. Your email carried empathy and humanity. It reminded me a little bit of how I felt when I interacted with Swoop years ago. What? Do you read the same email? Are you... Bro, I'm literally named Pamela. I also wanted to be transparent about where I am mentally and emotionally because it's not something I take lightly. If this were to go sour somehow, I genuinely don't know if I could get back up again after everything I've been through. I checked and BuzzFeed made a documentary for Netflix called Time, the Kayleigh Browder story. Okay.
Very quickly to communicate that this is very serious to me. I don't take this request lightly. It's scary. I'm in a dark place, or I've been in a dark place, and something like this is very terrifying for me to even consider. So if I'm gonna hop on the phone, this is a big deal. I'm willing to do it. Yeah, again, pause this if you want to see the whole thing. And if you hear cats meowing, I have a lot of cats that live at the house now. What happened right after all of that?
Before I say anything else, I need to explain where my head was at when all this started. Last year, my dad died while we weren't on speaking terms.
Of fucking course. Yeah, your dad died? Okay. Oh my god, he was in a dark place.
It shut me down and changed me in ways I still can't explain. I spent the better part of a year isolating myself from...
This is a really good one for Father's Day, actually.
98% of everyone in my life. No calls, no texts, no hangouts.
Look at his walls, Diesel. Don't even... I didn't even mention it. I know. I'm like, oh, I'm tired. It's past my bedtime. I slept 4 hours last night. I don't have the energy to mention how this guy doesn't have anything on his walls. But thank you, Pi. Yes, this guy is 40 years old, has a wife, and lives in a white on white on white. Brother, you're white already. Get some fucking brown on the wall. I cannot... Dude, your fucking cat stand is white. It blends in with the white. The curtains are white. The blinds are white. Get some contrast. Get some color. Breathe some life into the room. Get a fucking plant. Okay? White. Brown couch. Give me a plant. Give me a plant. Green plant. That's all I ask.
Distance and didn't have the energy to pretend in front of
I have more paintings on my wall than this guy. And I am at least 3 tax brackets below him.
anyone anymore. Back in February, that isolation and headspace led to a plan. That plan was going to end with me not existing the following day. But someone stepped in that morning at work and changed the course of my life. He saw a man that was about to leave this earth, and he wasn't going to let that happen. Now, I won't share his name because that's incredibly personal, and he knows exactly who he is. Thank you, by the way. So when this documentary opportunity came along, I personally saw it as hope. After a few calls with the documentary team, I trusted them. They came across as thoughtful, compassionate people, hey Shadow, who wanted to tell a bigger story about fandoms and the people affected by them. At the time, Adam
But that is not what I am getting from that email, but okay, I guess a call happened that we have no idea exists.
Had been cordial for years. Cordial. I knew one of the journalists had already messaged him, but she hadn't heard back. That's all I knew. So I reached out myself. Looking back, I can absolutely see how aggressive and overwhelming that message ended.
Where's your stream elements link? I wanted to put a description on the stream, but I don't know. So it's still there. It's just a little below, unless the link doesn't work now. It should. You just gotta click a single button.
Was that they had already tried contacting him multiple times before
Yeah,
I
being
ever sent that email.
suicidal and going on national TV will fix everything.
That matters because I've never been upset that Adam didn't want to do the documentary. Not once. I've never said it in writing or out loud. I've never thought it anywhere. What disappointed me was his public response. That being said, within 48 hours of seeing Adam's original video about it, I started looking deeper into the project and the people connected to it. That's when I discovered they were following Johnny. Given my history with him, that immediately raised red flags, so I scheduled a call and asked a straightforward question. If I was going to trust these people with my story, was there any chance he would be involved? Instead, I was told, and this is a quote, "I find it interesting that you have such a negative and extreme reaction to Johnny when you were involved with the Ballinger family itself."
I actually think this documentary might have put the screws to them. That is quite the interesting statement. Interesting. I think the pretenses of this documentary are not what they are saying to you. I think that you were a mark. Oh god, this guy would have had his day too.
That response stunned me. She was questioning why someone who aggressively and publicly defamed me in front of millions would cause such a reaction out of me. I was asking why they would even consider letting him have any involvement in a project I was being asked to.
You know what's crazy is that they're watching Supernatural, Hal and Kat right now.
Trust. They wouldn't confirm it. They wouldn't deny it. They told me I needed to trust.
Yeah, they were totally gonna rip him apart. They were gonna put him in an interview, and that interview would have fucking destroyed him. They would have blown him up. It wasn't about fandom. They were going after him.
Did not go well. So on June 8th, I ended my involvement completely. I've never given them anything on record, and I haven't spoken to them since. Something else that stood out to me, they had Pamela's contact information the entire time. They knew she had lived through much of this with me, yet nobody ever reached out to hear her perspective. Shocker. For a project that claimed to care about
Wow,
the human impact of these
they
events,
had
that
like
felt strange.
a list of people to contact.
So by the late afternoon of June 8th, the trust
Yeah, it's almost like docs reach out to the good or bad parties to get the full story.
I had with them was gone. I ended everything. It was a big confrontation, not only on the phone, but through email, back and forth, through text. All of them doubled down. They would not confirm or deny. They didn't like that I got upset and raised my voice. Because I was panicking that they would consider Johnny. They wouldn't at least say, yeah, man, don't worry. We would not put you through that. I thought that was a little thing to ask, but I understand now that I'm wrong. When you finally push back when someone says you're important and you say, okay, so I want this one thing though. And then their first thing is, nope, you were never important. I don't think that ask was too crazy. But what do I know? Regardless of all of that, I know I'm not perfect. I've been emotional. I've said things out of frustration. But as far as this documentary goes, I'm out. I've been out since the 8th. I've given them nothing on the record, and I want no part of it.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure all of this is going to be in the documentary now. So, you know, there's that.
Parts that I played in adding to the anxiety, chaos, and anger of this whole situation, I'm sorry. My intentions were good, even if the outcome wasn't.
Oh my god. My life was quiet. I wasn't on social media. I silenced myself. I went to work, came home, and repeated the cycle. Oh my god. I don't know why he put his statement scrolling by. It's like it's like Star Wars. Yeah, they could have recorded those calls, dude. Oh my god. Oh shit. Love you forever, Pammy. We'll get through this one too. Oh no, my husband caused all these issues and now we gotta get through it together. Man, I know marriage is like a cooperative experience, but like I would be annoyed if I was the wife. I wasn't online, bro was a YouTube manager. Yeah, that's a good point. His job is quite literally to be online. He's always plugged in. His job is to be on social media. Like that is part of the experience of his job. God. Insane. Insane. Well, I am going to bed and I should be back tomorrow. All things considered. I don't know what my schedule is looking like this week. Hopefully I can do some more streams. I want to do more. So it always sucks, but yeah. All right, guys. Good night.